What's good? Three Kings boxing in the building. We in these streets. Where Bo at, man? There he is. Hold on, his camera's off. There he is.
Fresh off the motherfucking streets, too. Fresh off the motherfucking streets,
Hell yeah. Boy, stay on them streets, man. How you doing, man?
Hey, man, look here. Hey, look, I want to tell y'all something. I don't think y'all understand how much we do this because we love what we do. My man Prodigy, and I'm not gonna put his business out there, but my man Prodigy hit me up. He's like, dog, they killing me. I said, nigga, they killing me too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's like that, man.
Yeah. And
It's
after
like
all of that, we still made it right here for y'all. I hit him up. I said, man, I'm running late. You know, fucking squirrels ate the shit out this goddamn fire. But he said, all right, man. Boom, 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 boom. Ran in. He said, man, you got 5 minutes now. Y'all don't know, Prodigy know how I take shower. nigga, it's just a cup of water. That's it, I'm clean.
Said, armpit, balls, and face done.
Right, done, you know. And here we are for y'all, man. That's how much we appreciate y'all, and we love this sport and we love what we do, man.
Word up. Ambigua 1 tipping B sample will come back. Clan, I think he meant tripping. Hey, we ain't got no dog in this race. I don't know what's gonna happen, man. My man Hamza Malik already in the building. What's good, family? Virtuoso. Can the graphic designer for that fight poster at least fix that lazy eye for Tevin?
That's some bullshit, bro. Don't do no shit like
man,
that,
you come up in here with that bullshit, Virtuoso.
Why you do that, man? You come off them streets with that bullshit,
hey,
man.
You can't fix that motherfucker even with CGI, motherfucking Adobe Acrobat, nigga. Photoshop, none of that shit will fix that eye, bro. My man got the Debo eye no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Word up, man. Word up. Hey, man, I want to do something real quick, man, before we kick this motherfucker off. I talked to the brother B Marsh, man. I had a pretty extensive conversation with him earlier today, about 2 hours ago, man.
Okay.
And that's a good dude, man. That's a really good brother. You know what I'm saying? What we were able to do, you know what I'm saying, to get to understand, you know, each other's point of view and to be able to clear the air. That's the type of shit real men do, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's some real man shit right there, man. So he has every bit of my respect after that, and he hit me up. He did what I asked. He said, hey, man, you know, he gave me a message, sent me his email. We conversed through email. I kind of walked him through how to get a Skype, you know what I'm saying, because he was going to come on the show, and I was going to let him on the show. And he went and got a Skype. I called him on Skype, and, you know, he said, hey, man, shit, we could just talk right here. I said, I thought you wanted to come on the show and talk about it. He said, nah. He's like, you know, it's between me and you. I want to talk to you. That right there, immediately, I was like, respect. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, y'all, that's how Prodigy is for real. He's like that for real.
Yeah. Word up, man. And immediately it was respect there. You know what I'm saying? That he said that right there. Like, nah, man, I don't need to be on live. We talk about it right now. I just need to clear the air with you. That's what's up, man. So big ups to that brother. And y'all know I don't ever advertise another channel unless it's an affiliate. Go to B Marsh Boxing over on YouTube, man. He knows his shit. You know what I'm saying? Go check him out. All right? Let's get in this, bruh. Man, I need a shave. God damn. Y'all don't see that shit? My boy need a shave, bruh.
Me?
No, me, nigga. I ain't that pretty nigga I normally am, bruh.
Nigga, when was you ever a pretty nigga? What the fuck? Y'all don't see this suave and Devin in this right here? Shit, I got the hair on the chest, goddammit. Look.
Oh, man, don't ever show that taco meat again, bro. I know I said
toes, nigga, I got the toes.
Look, I know I said TVMA in the description, but goddamn, bro. That's some other shit, man. I don't ever do that again, man. I don't want to see that shit. Yo. Dillian Whyte is on that white.
Man. Come on, man.
Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury went home right after the Oscar Rivas fight, bruh. Picked up Brooke Shields, Jennifer Aniston, Jennifer Love Hewitt. Even the old lady from the Golden Girls was there, bruh. Go. Yeah. Even the old lady from the Golden Girls was there, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And they's all on that white girl, bruh. All of them on that white girl. You know what I'm saying? So, here's the deal. Without bullshitting too much. There is basically reportedly he tested positive for 2, what's the fucking word I'm looking for, man? Metabolites. And these 2 metabolites are inside of an anabolic steroid. All right, I think it's called Dianosol or Dianabol, right? Now, this is my thing. The Texas showed up in the building. $5 on it. He said 3KB, only podcast I fully watch. If I missed it live, still watch it later for the fight breakdown. Salute from South Texas. Appreciate you, big dog. Man. 2 metabolites and an anabolic steroid, right? Now, here's my thing. Either Jarrell Miller and Dillian Whyte not using the steroids correctly, or these are 2 motherfuckers where steroids had a reverse effect, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because both of these motherfuckers are fat. Look, Dillian Whyte walked up in the ring against Oscar Rivas looking like he ate about 2 double cheeseburgers, man. How the fuck? Nigga, from what I understand as a weightlifter, right? Steroids are supposed to increase muscle mass while at the same time allowing you to go over pretty much the threshold that you wouldn't be able to go over if you weren't taking steroids. Right? It increases your blood oxygen level. That's why you're over there doing all that shit in the gym. Which in turn helps with muscle mass and muscle development. Right?
Yeah.
But in this case with these motherfuckers, they getting fat mass after taking what they take, bro. What the fuck? What kind of steroid is this shit? Now, I'm not saying, bro, that he's innocent because he's fat. I mean, he came into the fucking ring weighing more than he normally did. Everybody was saying it. When I first saw him, I was like, damn, dog, this is a serious fight. What you come in here that fat for? You know what I'm saying? But it's just peculiar to me that he and Jarrell Miller's situation is a little bit different because his is more so was allowing him to increase his endurance and his stamina while training. Right, which, of course, in turn increases endurance and stamina while he's in the water. You see what I'm saying? I'm in the water. I just read his fucking comment, said water. In the ring. You know what I'm saying? But Dillian Whyte, though, bro? You know what I'm saying? And JMC said D-ball retains water. That could be so. But at the end of the day, bro, how much water retention is it? 99%? This motherfucker was huge. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not saying he's innocent, but what I'm saying, based on what I saw, it might not have been that much. And it already came out that it wasn't that much. You see what I'm saying? It was a minuscule amount. But here's the deal. WADA's like, we don't want none of this shit in your system. It could be 0.00000000000 with the fucking line over 1 at the end. Picograms. You still violated our fucking rules, right? Mm-hmm. So with that being said, because he's well within what they, pretty much their rule set, right? Where consequences and repercussions must follow. Another one bites the dust. Now I'm hearing he might get, this is off of 78. 78 made a video. He said he might get a 4 to an 8 year suspension. I don't know about that. I'm not too sure about that because Alexander Povetkin popped twice in a year. So did Lucas Brown, and neither one of them even got a 1-year suspension, let alone 4 to 8 years. Right?
Yeah.
Luis Ortiz got popped. You know, he didn't fucking barely. I don't even think he got suspended. They just told him he couldn't fight. You know what I'm saying?
He did. Yeah, he did. I don't ever remember him being suspended.
You know, Canelo got what he got. He got a 6-month suspension. Jarrell Miller got what he got. He got a 6-month suspension. Now, I know cats are going to say, hey, it's Canelo. You know, he's backed by the, we back Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Organization. Right. So that's why he didn't, get the kind of, repercussion that it was expected. But Jarrell Miller wasn't backed by anybody. Matter of fact, the one backing that he had, Eddie Hearns dropped his ass. Said, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. He not backed by nobody. So why did he only get 6 months? You see what I'm saying? So that whole these fighters are backed by large entities that won't allow them to be suspended for an extended period of time. Well, that doesn't fly with Jarrell Miller. You see what I'm saying? Or Luis Ortiz, for that matter. Right?
That's true.
And Luis Ortiz is a guy that popped twice. Once before, after Latif Coyote, and once before Deontay Wilder. Right?
Yeah.
So how is it that Dillian Whyte would get such a ridiculous suspension, whereas these other guys got slap on the motherfucking hand? Is it because it's in the UK? What do you think about all of this, Bo? That's
what I'm thinking. Now, VADA never reported anything, right? This is all from the UK.
Yeah. It's all from UCOD. Yeah, and then
okay,
UCAD,
yeah.
Sorry.
See, VADA had never, so it's from UCOD. So
yeah.
UCOD do have a different set of standards. They do have, because that was the whole reason why. Remember when Tyson figures out them 2 years, they was like, all right, man, whatever, nigga, time served. You know.
But even Billy Ho though, when he, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The motherfucker had the Kate Blanchett in his motherfucking nasal spray. They still didn't suspend him like that. You know what I'm saying?
And even Billy, I think Billy Ho's situation, it was only illegal here. It wasn't illegal in the UK. So they kind of reviewed that and looked at that. I don't think, listen, man, until we get like a whole lot more of like, I haven't heard anything, and I've been out the loop, so maybe I haven't heard no official statement from UCOD yet. I don't know if they came out and said yes, this is true. And it's kind of been all kind of hush hush. I think what they're waiting to see is what the B sample is going to tell them. Then that's probably when they'll drop everything. But I don't see him getting no big 4-year ban. If anything, he'll probably get a 4-month ban, and then because it is UCOD, I don't see the WBC dropping him because that's UCOD. It ain't VADA.
Right.
And and I know everybody's gonna be pissed off about this, but you have to understand if it's by UCOD and it's not by VADA, which is part of the Clean Boxing, WBC Clean Boxing organization, he may still be that mandatory holding that interim belt waiting to fight Deontay Wilder. You know, and I want everybody to recognize, because you're gonna have a lot of people jump up and down. Yeah, Wilder ain't got to fight him. What? No, motherfucker. That was, in the United Kingdom. He didn't fail nothing under VADA. He didn't fail nothing under the WBC Clean Boxing program. So as far as they're concerned, now they could do what the WBA did when they, pulled that bullshit with Luis Ortiz when he failed fighting for the WBC belt. They took him out their rankings. Oh, well, you failed over here, so we're gonna take you out your rankings. They could do that. But man, at the end of the day, man, these fighters, I don't know how to express this. You need to be careful and make sure whatever you're putting in your body is backed by doctor signing or somebody knows. You just can't be, walking up, buying some drink and drinking it. You just can't be taking some sleeping pill. You can't be doing it. You have to make sure everything you're putting in your body is not just legal, but has been approved, man. These fighters got to be more careful. These fighters got to pay attention to what the fuck is going on, man. And to your point, like you said, he was all that's why when I'm hearing what I'm hearing, I'm like, hold on, man, because that motherfucker was blubbery, dog.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like, damn, not like, because people say, I've heard some cats be like mention Shannon Briggs, but Shannon Briggs was over 40. So I expect him to look like that. I don't expect no motherfucking Dillian Whyte taking that shit to look like that.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I really hope they test the B sample, and I really hope that they, once whatever the B sample comes back out as, we hear about it. I don't hope they try to be like okay, well, this was in the UK, so fuck it, we ain't gonna say nothing about it. I truly hope that's not what they do, because there has to be a situation where, regardless of who you are, where you're from, everybody suffer the consequences. But I do definitely believe if it is something that they come out with and it is a fail, I don't think it's gonna hurt him as far as the WBC, because he didn't fail VADA and part of the clean boxing program, so he'll be okay there. But he might get a year ban as far as getting a license to fight in the UK, which, if that's the case, Eddie ain't gonna care about that shit anyway. He'll just put him in fights on undercards right here. Oh, and now I take that back, because mostly all of his fights have been over in the UK.
I was gonna say,
yeah, I just thought I had to think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no mark for Dillian Whyte over here. So yeah, man. So he could be stuck, man. But we'll see what happens, man. Right now, it's not enough information. It's hearsay. But I will say this: the only thing I'm hearing from the Eddie said was they've both been cleared to fight. That's not saying that they didn't do anything or nothing.
Oh, no.
That's just saying, well, it don't matter, because at the end of the day, they both cleared to fight. So,
well, I got a couple of questions.
I
got a couple of questions. I'm gonna address my man Chris M in the chat. He said, "But ain't the UCAD involved here though?" Yeah, then I should have made it clear. The reason why I said WADA earlier is because the UCAD uses WADA's prohibited list. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty much the same rule set as WADA, right? That's why people liken UCAD and WADA as the same fucking thing, even though they're not. But they use their prohibited list. So WADA's rule is, if you got any type of fucking amount of anything that's on their prohibited list, there's going to be consequences and repercussions. And right. UCAD is going to follow that using their prohibited list. But the question I got for you is Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is, and we reported on that. We didn't report on the drug test per se, because everybody jumped on that. I didn't give a fuck about that. I cared about the response. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we reported on the response. And Eddie Hearn was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? They got extensive testing from UCAD and VADA. Dillian Whyte is in the clean testing program. And throughout this extensive testing, they were still cleared to fight. Now, you already covered that he didn't necessarily say he had a failed drug test, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then also they talked about how he had a hearing before the fight over in the UK. And they cleared him. They even cleared him after the hearing. And Eddie Hearn is like, hey, everybody chill. Wait till the truth comes out. Is this old-fashioned Eddie Hearn playing damage control? Or is there really something here that we might need to pay attention to that could actually exonerate Dillian Whyte, man? What do you think about this?
I think it's both. It's Eddie Hearn's playing damage control, because at the end of the day, when any type of information like this comes out, you have to play damage control, because this is your fighter, this is your brand, and we talk about this here all the time. You got to protect the brand, right? So this is your fighter, this is your brand, this is your meat and potatoes. Right now, you're not in a good place. And even though this don't have anything to do with the zone, but when anything regarding Eddie Hearn, even if it's Matchroom, it's Eddie Hearn, which automatically connects it to the zone.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So he has to be vigilant in making sure all corners are covered. Corners are covered with me. Corners are covered with Matchroom. Corners are covered with the WBC. Corners are covered with the zone, because anything that pertaining to Eddie, it's automatically going to be reflected upon these other entities. Right. So he has to play damage control, right? To be like, wait a minute, don't you panic, don't you panic, don't you panic, don't you panic, chill, okay?
Right.
Because, so he's doing that. And on top of that, we should pay attention, because it could be something that exonerates him. Listen, let me be clear. I'm not for anybody taking anything, right? And even though you have certain entities that say, well, if, we only test for a certain amount, right? The thing for me is, I don't care whatever levels of amount is that they have in a system, they was using it to help them in training camp, which eventually even if they stop, it still helped them in training camp. When you have a 12-week training camp and you use this shit for 6 weeks, well, that's 6 weeks of you having an advantage, and then the remaining 6 weeks of you just, basically recycling off regularly training, right? So you still got a 6 week advantage on somebody. So even if it's a minor minuscule, I get them But at the same time, if it's a situation where maybe, like with Billy Joe, because sometimes WADA and UK, they're they're kind of fickle about, you know what I'm saying, certain things that they test for.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
it's like every day we're learning. Oh, you can't. That's like when I first learned about NyQuil, and I never get to. I took some NyQuil cough medicine, right? And I took it in the morning, and my fucking boss thought I was drunk because he said he smelled liquor on my breath. I said, what the fuck is you talking about? I just took some
Yeah, right,
NyQuil.
right.
And I didn't know. He said, no, that's why you take it at night. It has a certain amount of alcohol in it to make you sleep. So I said, oh, I didn't know that shit. He said, yeah. And he literally took a can of NyQuil, an empty can, crushed it up against a breathalyzer, and that motherfucker registered. I said, oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, I definitely think it's a little bit of both, but we should be vigilant on the latter part, which is getting the information because it might exonerate him.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Last one, Deontay Wilder, man. He came out and said basically, he's disgusted of this, right? The shit has to stop. Deontay Wilder is an advocate of, motherfuckers being clean. He can't stand a cheating ass dude, man. And he talked about Jarrell Miller cheating long ago, long before, he actually, popped hot those 3 times or for those 3 different drugs, right?
Sure did.
So he came out and is like, hey, man, we need to stop this bullshit, man. Do you think if Dillian Whyte gets exonerated, right? Let me say this, man. Let me say this. I don't want to say exonerated. Let's say the UCAT is like, nah, man, the B sample's out. He failed. But see, VADA doesn't do anything, or the WBC doesn't do anything about it because they didn't fail in their drug test. You see what I'm saying? So he's still the mandatory, or at least he's still a top 5 contender, right? Do you think Deontay Wilder gives him a shot at any point? Because understand, if it's mandated, then he'll most likely have to, right? But the WBC hasn't been fucking mandating shit. They mandated Dominic Breazeale because that's the fight. Let's be real. That's the fight Deontay Wilder wanted. All right?
Yeah, it was.
It was a fight Deontay Wilder wanted. There was some history behind it. That's why they mandated Dominic Breazeale. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, they're not really about mandating shit. The WBC is one of the last fucking sanctioning bodies that comes out with a mandatory. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, with this situation, if they don't mandate Dillian Whyte, do you think Deontay Wilder even looks at him to give him a shot at the title after all? He
has to, otherwise Deontay would be a hypocrite. Because you gave Luis Ortiz a shot, you gave Tyson Fury a shot. And both of those guys had drug history there.
Good point.
So he has to. If he doesn't, he's giving it. Now, what he can do is he can be like, I'll fight you, but you finna go through some seriously extensive shit. He can do that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he would have to, because if he tries not to, it's like, hey man, you looking like a bit of a hypocrite because you fought Luis Ortiz because you felt like you needed him on your resume. And then you fought Tyson Fury because, again, you felt like you needed him on your resume. Well, this is a guy that you also, regardless of how we feel, but this is a guy also you need on your resume. His only loss is to Anthony Joshua, and he has been looking good ever since that loss, So he would most definitely have to.
Okay. Well, that makes sense, man. At the end of the day, though, bro, I mean, I just don't understand why these motherfuckers do this, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it's a grueling sport. You look at football, they take a lot of cortisone shots and shit like that, man, so they can, ignore injuries while they're playing, et cetera, et cetera. But at the end of the day, bro, with all the shit that's going down, motherfuckers is going to get caught.
Yep, it sure is, goddammit. Motherfuckers don't know what they goddamn doing out there.
Hell yeah.
Shit. They better watch this shit. This shit ain't easy out here, man.
Hey,
be careful.
Remember Samuel L. Jackson on Jungle Fever?
Oh yeah.
That nigga said, I got a little dance for you. Little niggas ain't gonna know nothing about that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? That nigga, yeah. That nigga, Pops wasn't playing, man. He put the bullet in that nigga, bro. He said, man, you better get your crackhead ass up out of here, man. Yo, that's Dillian Whyte right now. He dancing right now, bro. My man got the purple lips and everything, bro.
Hell yeah.
God damn. Why would he do this, man? Fucked up everything, man. It is what it is. At the end of the day, we gonna wait on the beat sample. We gonna see what happens. But hey, man, if that beat sample come out positive, it's on. We about to rip the shit out of Dillian Whyte, bro. It's on, bro.
I don't care what it's for. I'm just saying, like, my thing is these fighters can't be careless. They got to stop being careless, man. You know what I'm saying? I like, you know, you're in training, you're a professional, man. You know, like, I remember, and Prodigy, you probably did the same thing. When I was training for fights, I used to, my girl back then, I'll never forget, Shanika Bradley. Shanika used to hate going grocery shopping because I'd be like this when I was training for a fight because I'm trying to cut weight, like.
Looking at all the calories and shit in that hole, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Put that back. Fat, saturated fat. No, put that back.
Yep, exactly. That's how it was. And that's how they are. You see what I'm saying? And it kills me that they'll put, like Jarrell Miller's fucking excuse, oh, you know, I hurt my elbow, so they said take this and it'll help. And this motherfucker just said, cool. See, boxers are typically, they're very protective of their bodies, man, because that's how they make their money. You see what I'm saying? Like an artist, for example, or somebody who plays an instrument, right? If you go over there and be like, hey, what's up, dog? Smack him on the hand, that nigga probably try to kill you, bro. Why? Because his hands make him money. You see what I'm saying? A fighter's hands and his body makes him money. That's why they're careful about what they take, right? And they scrutinize everything. Like when they get, you know, they get cooks and shit and nutritionists, they scrutinize that person. They don't just go hire any motherfucker out there. That's why a lot of them actually keep a family member, you know, somebody in-house that does their cooking and shit for them. You see what I'm saying? So they heavily scrutinize exactly what's going in their bodies, man. And, you know, like Jarrell Miller, for example, when he says, oh, they just gave me that to heal my elbow, I didn't believe him immediately. He fucked up when he said that.
Me too.
I mean, he was already, you know, we already had the verdict out on the nigga anyway. But that just put the icing on the cake, man, when he said that shit. I was like, y'all don't even live life that way, bro. Get the fuck out of here with that. You know what I'm saying? So, whenever motherfuckers get popped and it's a positive test, immediately, bro, I don't need to wait on a B sample. Immediately, I'm like, nah, man, the nigga did something. You know what I'm saying? Now, it could have been a situation where, you know, there was some guys were, you know, colluding behind him to try to, you know, spike his shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Floyd Mayweather.
Well, he could have got hurt, and he was taking something while he was hurt.
Well, Floyd Mayweather, I'm gonna tell this story real quick. Floyd Mayweather was chilling with Anthony Joshua one day in a club, right, in UK. And they were saying, you know, greeting fans and all this other shit, right? And this female walked up to Anthony Joshua and gave this nigga a canister. And Floyd Mayweather took the canister and looked in it and said, hey, man, you can't just take anything from anybody. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why he's telling them that is because these motherfuckers might spike your shit. You see what I'm saying? They might try to get some shit put up in your motherfucking ass, bro. You know, when Tyson Fury talked about how possibly he was spiked, when he went over to Germany to fight Vladimir Klitschko, right? He talked about possibly, you know, somebody put something in his food and all that. I believed it because it could happen. You see what I'm saying? Even though, you know, that motherfucker was in there, sniffing that motherfucking white. You know what I'm saying? He was sniffing that share. Even though he was doing that, at the end of the day, he still could have had something spiked. You know what I'm saying? That's still a possibility. See? And that's why I don't believe motherfuckers are innocent after they fail A samples. Remember David Benavidez?
Yeah.
That motherfucker's like, man, I ain't do shit, man. Man, I ain't doing motherfucking thing, man. You know shit? I ain't doing motherfucking thing, man. You know what I'm saying? The B sample dropped that nigga immediately. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Immediately after that B sample drop, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So that's why That's why I'm immediately already like, man, you fucked up, man. You fucked up on the A sample. It's already over with, man. So, but just for the sake of this show, we will somewhat reserve judgment, and we will wait. And after that whole drop, game over, bro. We going to town on this boy, man.
Oh, yeah, man. As a matter of fact, we might invite all the three kings on the show to have to take turns. We going to treat that nigga like a blunt.
Pass him. Yep. Pass him. Let me get that shit, Bo.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Hey, what you got next for me, dog?
All right, man. As you all know, Oscar Valdez might be leaving the 126-pound division. Now, Valdez has been wanting to get some unification. It has never motherfucking materialized. And also, the guy that's number one for his belt is, of course, Shakur Stevenson. Well, now Oscar Valdez, they're saying that the WBO was going to mandate the fight, but they may not have to because Valdez might be moving up, dropping the belt, and then Shakur Stevenson can fight the next available opponent.
Right.
Now, the question that everybody has out there is, Valdez is ducking. He's ducking fucking Steven. This is fucked up. This is fuck.
Well, that's how they get mad, too. God damn it! I'm sick of this shit.
Here's the reality, man.
That's how they get mad, bro.
If you've been following Three Kings, we've been telling you Valdez been talking about moving up for a minute. This is nothing new. He's been saying, if I can't get a unification, I'm out. I'm going to move the fuck up. Yep. Right? So that's nothing new. And then on top of that, listen, man, this is Bob Arams we're talking about. He has an undefeated fighter that he's trying to make money off of. That fight is going to move up. Why would you force him to get into a fight where one of his top prize bulls is going to take an L? That makes no fucking sense. Yep. Because whoever takes the L, it hinders them from further making money. If Valdez take the L, he can't make money when he go to 130. Not like you want to have him in that position. It's better for him to go to 130 as a former undefeated champion than to go to 130 as a motherfucking champion that took an L.
Right.
Okay, he's valuable. And then Shakur Stevenson, he's the fucking future. You damn sure don't want that motherfucker taking one right now. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. So what do? You let, hey man, yeah, drop that shit. You going to move the fuck up. All right, Shakur, you fight the next motherfucker and you beast mode that motherfucker and we on. And it's on and pop it, right? That's just business, you guys. Even if you want to, I don't look at it as ducking because Valdez has been talking for a minute about moving up in weight. I still wouldn't look at it as ducking if both of these guys is under the same umbrella and you're trying to build both of these guys, then, hey, you know what? You drop your shit and you move the fuck up, right? So I still wouldn't look at it and consider it as ducking. It's business. And in business, you have to make decisions like this and moves like this. Everybody ain't gonna always like it. One thing I'm finding out, even about what we doing, niggas ain't gonna always like what the fuck it. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say niggas? I'm sorry. Beta males ain't gonna always like, because I don't want to just talk about one section of people. I want to talk about everybody.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Beta male is not always going to like the moves you do because they don't understand. In this situation right here, he has been talking about it for a long time, and he's going to 130. You can make money off him being an undefeated fighter going up to 130, and then have Shakur Stevenson do what he do at 126. So, as far as I'm concerned, man, it's a good move. I'm not going to call it ducking, but I won't argue with those who want to call it. For me, I can't get to that point yet.
Yeah, I agree 100%, even though I hate agreeing with you 100%. The point is, hey, it is what it is, man, right? Listen, it's not a duck. It's not, man. Look, man, as much as I want to see Shakur Stevenson, now y'all know I'm critical of Shakur Stevenson, but what you will come to understand about me is I'm critical of motherfuckers because I actually want to see them do well. You see what I'm saying? Hey, I have no dog in anybody's fucking race when it comes to boxing, bro. Anybody can get it. You see what I'm saying? Shakur Stevenson over there hitting girls and beating up beta male niggas and shit. Hey, man, on camera, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to clown him on that. I'm going to get on his ass about that. But at the end of the day, in the ring, I want to see him succeed, right? So as much as I want to see Shakur Stevenson succeed, at the end of the day, Oscar Valdez is looking for unifications, bruh. I can't say that man is ducking Shakur Stevenson because he wants to take on what is perceived to be a tougher matchup, right? Against Josh Warrington. Or maybe a Leo Santa Cruz or maybe a Garrett Russell. He mentioned Josh Warrington, but you know, everybody seems to be after Josh Warrington these days.
Everybody seems to think, man, they think he weakish. They think he's soft charming tissue, man.
I don't know why. I like the motherfucker keep winning, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the thing is, he did mention Carl Frampton. I don't like that. Fuck that fight. I don't care about Carl. Carl Frampton is still on the come up. Losing to Leo Santa Cruz and Josh Warrington, he's on the come up. I don't give a fuck about a Carl Frampton Oscar Valdez fight. I don't want to see that.
That was a money call out.
Yeah, it was. And that's what I don't support. I support fighters getting paid, absolutely. But I don't support fighters ignoring challenges, right? So they can get money. And the money fight is a fight that's not really a good matchup. You still got to entertain the fans and get paid at the same time. You see what I'm saying? Fighting a Carl Frampton at this level of his career, in my opinion, is not an entertaining fight for Oscar Valdez. If he hadn't lost to Josh Warrington, yes, fine. You know what I'm saying? But the Josh Warrington fight, to me, told me that Carl Frampton is no longer the jackal he was when he beat Scott Quigg. Right? He's no longer the jackal he was when he knocked out Kiko Martinez. You see what I'm saying? There's a different jackal in the house, and it ain't the fucking old one. It's this new one that's damn near on the retirement path now. I don't want to see him fight Oscar Valdez over Shakur Stevenson. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, from a business perspective, you got to respect what he's saying in terms of, hey, man, Shakur is a little nigga from New Jersey. Motherfucker don't bring no money. You know what I'm saying? Carl Frampton does. You see what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, I don't like the Carl Frampton statement, but I respect it from a business aspect. But I will say, if he takes the Frampton fight over, or let me say this, if he tries to get a Frampton fight over Shakur Stevenson,
I'm going to talk shit about it.
I'm going to talk shit about it. Exactly, family. Now, if he gets Josh Warrington, hey, Shakur, nigga, get a belt. Or wait in line, bro. I mean, I know you're trying to get Oscar Valdez's belt, but he got to wait in line. You know what I'm saying? If he goes up to 130 and takes on a viable challenge, he's a WBO champion, right? So if he goes up to 130 and let's see, who's WBO? Jamel Herring.
Yeah, Jamel Herring, he just won that belt. Yep.
Right.
He beat Masahito Ito.
Right. If he goes up to 130 and immediately challenges Jamel Herring, because that's the rule of the WBO. That's what Usyk's trying to do with the winner of Ruiz and Joshua, right?
Yep.
If he goes up to 130, challenges Jamel Herring, I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. Actually, that's a winnable fight. That's a good fight. I think he can win that. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem with that. Taking that over Shakur Stevenson, no problem with that. But if he goes up to 130 and fights, you know what I'm saying, Jack Smith, nigga, Boo Boo Jones, nah, bro, I don't like that.
Yeah, I'd rather you fought Stevenson than you gonna do some bullshit.
Exactly.
Like
I don't like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, what he said, I mean, and the timing was bad too. Like, as soon as the WBO ordered it, minutes after the ordering, the manager comes out, manager for Valdez. Oh, hell no!
Yeah. But that's why people calling it a duck too. That's why they calling it a duck.
That motherfucker was
that's why I say I don't have a problem with him saying it, because the manager made it look like that's what it is.
Right. He came out immediately. Man, that's some old bullshit. It's like, we ain't fighting no motherfucking Shakur Stevenson. We're going to 130. Oh, well, I mean, if we don't get Josh Warren, we're going to 130. Oh, well, if we don't get Carl Frampton, we're going to 130. That's what he, is it not what he did, Bo? That's what he did.
That is what he did.
So at the timing was just bad, and then they should have just kept Carl Frampton's name out of it. It would have been 100% cool. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's not a duck, man. Shakur Stevenson, he's in a position now, right? If Oscar Valdez does go to 130, as you said, it vacates the WBO title. He's the number one contender. He'll fight the number two contender or whoever else is after him. You know what I'm saying? In a vacant title match, and he'll get his opportunity. You see what I'm saying? With that title, he could then go for Josh Warrington because Josh Warrington told him after he won his last fight, he told him via Twitter, he said, hey, he said, I wouldn't mind hosting you over here in the UK because Stevenson said he would go to the UK. He said, I wouldn't mind fighting you over here, but you got to get a belt first.
Yep.
And I've been saying, Oscar Valdez's belt is the belt he needs to go after, not Warrington's, Valdez's, man. Because Valdez, to me, is the easier champion in the division, and he's with Top Rank. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know Warrington is with Frank Warren, and Frank Warren is, in cahoots with Top Rank and ESPN, but that's not the same thing. You're directly with, and under the same banner directly as the WBO champion, and he's the weakest link. Take his belt.
Yeah.
You see? So, yeah, if Valdez goes up, you got the vacant title shot. He gets the belt off of that. Now he's a champion. Then go after Warrington. So at the end of the day, if Valdez chooses not to fight him and vacate, it works out better for him anyway, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So.
And then also I want to point out another reason why that Bob might not be wanting to make this fight, because both of them re-signed with him. It ain't a situation where one motherfucker contract is up and I'm gonna screw him over. Remember, like he did Miguel Cotto. No, motherfucker, you gotta pass the torch, nigga.
Yup, exactly. You gotta pass the torch, dog. That's
you gotta pass the torch, nigga. But Manny didn't have to do it. Well, I took all his money, so.
Hey, look, motherfucker, you ain't Manny, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just some little nigga under Manny. Now pass that torch. Pass it, nigga.
Don't give a fuck what I said.
Don't give a fuck what I said.
Fuck what I said.
Let me go to the chat, man. I haven't gone to the chat in a little while, man. Let's see. Virtuoso said, I heard this could compromise. He's talking about Dillian Whyte. I heard this could compromise Hearns' plans to bring the rematch to the UK. Andy Ruiz ain't with it. You're talking about Andy Ruiz and Joshua. Well, this is what it was. Andy Ruiz came out in the media and said, man, I ain't going to the UK, nigga. Fuck that. They over there cheating. But then he came right back out on Twitter and said he was thanking fans that can have a good debate with other fans about situations in boxing, I guess, pertaining with, him and Anthony Joshua. And in that same statement, he said, I don't mind where the fight is at, United States or the UK. I'm just going to be ready. He said something to that degree. So that was after he mentioned he's not going to the UK. You see? So he's contradicting himself there. But the thing is, he did the right thing in terms of saying what he said in the media, right?
Yeah.
Because that stirs the pot. But then he fucked up and went to social media and contradicted himself. He should never went to social media. You see what I'm saying? He should have left that statement out, But
well,
now
it goes back to what you said. These guys need PR people.
They need PR people, and it tells me that he really doesn't have that much control. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, he said what he said, but he contradicted himself, man.
Listen, he said what he said, and somebody was like, read that bottom fine print right there. Oh.
Exactly.
People, I was mistaken.
Yeah. You need a magnifying glass? Here you go.
Yeah, no,
Here you go. I had that motherfucker handy just in case, right?
Right, you didn't see this shit.
My man Chris M said, cutting weight, the toughest part of fight week for me. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Now, in the amateurs, it wasn't that difficult because you walking around like that all the time. You know what I'm saying? You fighting from week to week in the amateurs and different tournaments and stuff like that. So it's not difficult in the amateurs, but absolutely professionals, yeah, they have a whole bunch of fucking time in between fights. You see what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of professional fighters, they like to fight constantly so they can stay in shape. I mean, it's an incentive for them to stay in year-round shape. Not everybody could be the Rigo, Floyd Mayweather's, you know what I'm saying, Andre Ward, staying in shape year fucking round. A lot of niggas don't have that kind of discipline. So they need to fight in order to stay in shape, man. But yeah, that is difficult. All right, man. Chris M again, he said, what about Stevenson versus Frampton? Stevenson being on the come up. Yeah, absolutely. I like that fight. I don't think Frampton takes it. Frampton ain't taking that fight because Frampton.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Frampton trying to cash out.
Hell no. Frampton ain't trying to get his ass whooped. He probably telling people, did you see what he did to the last motherfucker?
That nigga, yeah, he ain't bro. He's cashing out, bro. Frampton's on the tail end of his career. He's not fighting no young, hungry lion and giving up his opportunity for another big money fight. Nah, he ain't doing that. You know, Miguel Cotto should remind him of that when he fought Saddam Ali. But Miguel Cotto trying to do everything he could. Remember, this motherfucker was trying to get Mikey Garcia to go to 154, but the Golden Boy had that little stipulation. They said, hey, we'll give you Miguel Cotto, but you got to sign with us. And Garcia was like, man, fuck that. I don't want that. They did the same thing to Errol Spence, right? Remember when he couldn't get nobody? He was trying to get Timothy Bradley to go to 154. Mm-hmm. He couldn't get nobody. Remember, he looked all the way down to 135 and tried to get Yuriorkis Gamboa to go to 154, bro. That's how desperate Cotto was for a big money fight. I think Carl Frampton is in the same boat. You know what I'm saying? He might not express how desperate he is like Cotto did, but he's in the same boat. He wants a big money fight the same way Cotto did at that time. And then Cotto had to settle for fucking Saddam Ali. And you all know what happened there.
Yeah.
Terrible, man. All right, man, let's move on to the next one. My man Pops Porter, a.k.a. K. Diddy, a.k.a. P. Diddy Porter, a.k.a. This nigga is super fly, bro. Today, I can see that music playing when Kenny Porter walk into the room, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can see that music playing when Kenny walk into the room, bro. All the hoes be talking to Shawn. He be like, hold on. And he like got that damn pimp voice too. Hey, hold on. Shawn, get your ass over there. Ladies, you supposed to be on my dick. My son don't get no pussy. I get all the pussy. You know what I'm saying? That's what Kenny look like, bro. He look like he say some shit like that to the hoes, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
I'm telling you, bro.
Let me give you some of this Special K.
Yeah. Nah, he be like, girl, have you ever heard of giving up a little bit of trim? You know? Give me that hot box. That nigga right there, bro. He's somebody's sugar daddy up there, man. That information ain't surfaced yet, but it will. Watch TMZ. You'll see some bitch come out of nowhere talking about Kenny Porter was her sugar daddy for the last 10 years. It's coming. Yo, but I think he put his son out on a limb, bro. And again, this is why cats need PR people, man. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker came out and said that Errol Spence is the truth. He absolutely agrees with Errol Spence being the truth. On top of that, he says that he's an Errol Spence fan. On top of those two things, he states Shawn Porter has to do everything. Matter of fact, let me rephrase that. He referenced his son as, quote, the kid has to do everything. He's got to box, apply pressure, yada, 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 etc., etc. At the end of the day, he essentially said the kid has to fight the perfect fight against a guy that I truly believe is the truth because I'm a huge fan. Bruh, what the fuck is this, Bo? Is this a bad situation? I mean, he's already he is basically promoting Spence, not Shawn Porter. What do you think about this shit, bro?
I want to say this is a reverse way to motivate Shawn.
I hope so, bro.
That's the only thing I can think of. Maybe this is a reverse way. You know, that's like how your mama would say to you, why can't you be like the Johnson's kid?
Right.
You know. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. Exactly.
I agree with him from this aspect. Shawn does have to do everything he has to do. He does have to fight the perfect fight.
Sure.
He does.
Sure.
He does. And I'll tell you something. Earl told him, He said, ask your father about me. Because remember, he said something about what if, because he was trying to argue with him. He's like, what have you ever done? He said, hey, man, he said, can you box, Earl? He said, can I box? I wasn't on the Olympic team for nothing. Ask your daddy about me.
Right.
Because I was there with your father when you was at home watching. So ask your daddy about me. You know what I'm saying? And then Earl told him, he said, okay, well, box me like you box Oogies. I bet I put you on your ass. So his father knows that, and he understands it because long before this, Kenny Porter had gave a sort of a semi thing when he said that, yeah, I remember seeing Errol Spence, and I remember telling everybody, man, this boy right here, Earl, is special. And I remember him saying that in the interview a while back when he said that when Earl first grabbed the title. He said, man, I remember telling everybody, man, this boy, Earl, is special. So he understands and knows what his son is going up against. Now, everything else was not something he should have said, because if it's not something to motivate his son, it could have the reverse effect in camp with his son thinking that my father don't feel I have what it takes to beat Earl. Right. Otherwise, he would have said, listen, my son had, he could have said all that and then but ended it with, but I ain't worried about it, Shawn got this. If he'd have ended it with that, I wouldn't give a fuck about none of the other shit he said.
Right.
But he didn't end it with that. Yeah. He ended it with almost that feeling of, what we gonna do? That's how he ended it. You get that feel of, okay, what y'all gonna do? If he'd have ended it with saying, yeah, he need to do X, Y, Z, Z, WK, double D size, B level, whatever. But I ain't worried about it because he got this.
Right.
If he said that, none of that shit would have mattered to me. Because at the end, he's saying, hey, man, he got it.
We got a plan for this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's saying, so he's giving the indication that this whole camp, and it may backfire on them, because the indication I'm getting from this whole camp, you guys are going to be working on so much shit that we don't know what Shawn fucking Porter we're going to see come fight day. Shawn Porter might not know what Shawn fucking Porter he going to be come fight day. Because Earl know what he going to do. He ain't worried about it. He ain't worried about it. Game plan, he know what he going to do. Right. So, and what do I say all the time, Prodigy? You can't have a fighter doing too much in training camp. It confuses them come time to fight. Right. So that's why I don't like what he said, because it gives the look that you guys, for all the time you've had to figure out what to, I don't care what you tell me. Whenever I was always training in Golden Gloves, I can still tell you, even though, because you get the list of who you fighting. And most of the time, if you compete in Golden Gloves enough, just from name, you knew how nigga fight, because you was watching him, right? Yeah. Or you would sit to watch the next dude to see what's going on. But I can tell you, even when I'm training for whatever I'm training for, I still would employ certain things for the next motherfucker in you know what I'm saying, while I'm training. Right. I'm like, yeah, man, I might see this nigga down the line. He did this. Let me try this out. So that's what you prepare. There's no thing where I've ever seen fighters go into training camp for a fight, but don't at least prepare themselves, take a couple of days to look at somebody else that they because especially if I'm gonna get past him, so I'm gonna look at somebody else. That's what he do. So I'm gonna keep that in mind, and we're gonna work a little bit on that, and then we're gonna get back to pushing the thing to work on this right here. This tells me, for the longest of time, y'all have never came up with something that y'all think was effective enough to beat Errol Spence, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Motherfuckers talk too much, bro. Keep it simple. I don't get it, man. It's not that fucking difficult. You're supposed to make yourself look invincible in the media. All right? Now, what he said in the media, that's a behind closed doors conversation, man, between you, Shawn Porter, and the rest of the team. You see what I'm saying? That's something you say in the fucking gym while he's training for Errol Spence. You don't tell the media that so we can get a hold of it and report and send it all out all over social media. You know what I'm saying? And we could come on this podcast and talk about it. That's not what you're supposed to do. You got to make your son look invincible. It is your son. Angel Garcia would never say no shit like this, bro. No. Even fucking Robert Guerrero's dad would have never said no shit like this. No. Teofimo Lopez's dad would never say no shit like this, bro. These niggas could be fighting fucking, Mike Tyson next, bruh. They're not going to say nothing like that. Well, I know Mike Tyson's a very hard puncher. He's got very good head movement. Man, he's a perfect fighter. We got to fight the perfect fight. They're not going to say no stupid shit like that. You see what I'm saying? So you're on to something when you say maybe it's a psychological game that Kenny's playing with Shawn. Maybe that is what it is. Hopefully that's what it was. Hopefully it works. Because if it doesn't, that's already a bad start. You're making them look bad in the media, man. You don't want that to happen. Maybe he did that so the Vegas odds can go up. They can bet on themselves. Oh no, bro. You know what I'm saying? But that's some crazy shit though, man. You don't want to say that, and I know he didn't mean to do it. It's his son, but you don't want to devalue your fighter. You know what I'm saying? In the media, that's the worst thing you can do. Heading up to a fight, man. So it is what it is, man. I mean, we all think Shawn Porter gonna get dusted. I think it'll be a close fight early, but then eventually he gonna get his ass whooped. And we all know this to be true. But at the end of the day, they're not supposed to know that. Kenny Porter's not.
You're not supposed to give away the secret. You're not supposed to give away the secret.
Right. You're not supposed, yeah, exactly. The secret is we know we're going to get fucked up. You're not supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? Leave that shit. You keep that shit in house, man. It is what it is. Hey, man, y'all hit the like button, man. Get this shit up out there, bro. Let's go. Hey, what we got next, bro?
You know, man, I fucking hate you sometimes. All right, man. So, Three Kings Boxing reported. If you ain't going to Three Kings Boxing, you're missing out. Ladies and greats, everything's going on in the sport of boxing. My man, Corey Cunningham. Yes, I wrote this. Hold on, wait a minute. I've been told that if I'm going to do Corey, I got to do Corey right.
Fucked up. Don't let him get you, Corey.
Yes, this is Corey. Huh? What'd you say, sir? Give me 1 second. That's on sale. Yes. So, can you close the office door? I'm in a meeting. Okay. Yes. Corey Cunningham wrote this article. This article. He did a great job of writing this article. Let me give you the technical aspects of this article. Now, Canelo Alvarez, as we all know, was having a knee injury. So he wasn't probably going to be fighting this year, but then the IBF said they were going to strip him of his belt. Now, as you know, the IBF, according to their sanctioning bodies, you have to have a purse bid. You have 90 days after the purse bid to actually have a fight, okay? After the purse bid is done, whoever wins, they control everything about the fight, right? This is some of the technical aspects, but this is what we do. Okay, so then you move on from that. And then he supposedly was going to be talking to figure out what to do with Derevyanchenko. Now, remember, way back, we reported that he was going to be trying to fight Sergey Kovalev. That was the fight that he really wanted. But Anthony Yarde's in the way. Then they didn't offer him enough money. And then we didn't know if he was going to be coming back. So all of this is going on. So as it turns out, DAZN is probably trying to get him to take a meaningful fight that's going to make a lot of money because, remember, they're paying him over $30 million a fight. I mean, all of these things are very, very important. You know, this is how the wheel works over here. Okay, so, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. $199.
Course.
$199 plus assimilation. Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you. All right, now, so, now, what was I? Okay, yes. I'm back. So,
that nigga said, lame as fuck. That nigga said, yo, shit is whack.
Okay, so, all right, so here we go. We're gonna. Oh my God, look at the ass on that white girl. Okay, so anyway, so now you have a situation where Sergey Kovalev might be back in the mix again. As I reported that they might be fighting Sergey Kovalev. Now, Canelo is the king of catchweights. I don't know if it's going to be for the WBO belt or if they're going to try to do some type of catchweight, but as long as it's in close to the 175-pound rule, it has to be over 168, it can be for the WBO title. Kovalev may go for it because it's a big title, but the problem is going to be Anthony Yarde. You're going to have to give Anthony Yarde some kind of money, some type of step aside because he wants this challenge. So it's just a lot going on. It's a whirlwind of stuff going on, man. So I'm going to defer to, you know, my man, my mentor, the guy I look up to, Mr. Bobland, to finish up the rest of the story. And that's pretty much how everything goes.
That's fucked up, bro. Even I wouldn't have done that, bro. That's fucked up, man.
Corey's my dog. Corey's my dog.
Oh man, what's good, Jordan Ciapini? Hey man, I appreciate you, Jordan, for the donation, man, on the last podcast. I appreciate that, brother. Man.
But no, that excellent article by Corey, because he really, like, seriously, go read the article, because if you read it, he breaks it down to the nuts and the bolts to give you a clear-cut understanding of what the fuck is going on.
Right, absolutely. And the funny thing is, to me, I kind of think Canelo's like, who you fighting? Who? Anthony Yarde, nigga. Nah, I don't need my yard cut, nigga. I just cut it yesterday. Well, it's the dude's name is Yarde. Oh, my bad, dog. My bad. I didn't know the nigga name was. I ain't never heard of him. You know what I'm saying? So, well, I mean, fuck that nigga. Get that nigga $20. Step aside money. He ain't nobody. Take it. Shit.
That's so fucked up, dog. That's fucked up.
Bruh. That's how they trying to son him, yo. Like, the fucking fight is signed, sealed, and delivered, B. It's signed, sealed, and delivered. And Canelo's like, anyway. You know what I'm saying?
you know, it's like they brought him a paper. Canelo, look, he has to get that shit.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Yeah. Man, that shit is sad.
That's
man. Now,
did he really say he got his step aside money in his pocket?
Here's the deal. Bob Arum said before, when they tried to negotiate the first time, he came out and said, yeah, you know, Kovalev Yarde is gonna happen. You know, we don't have a date yet. It's gonna happen. But Anthony Yarde has already came out and said that he's going to allow Canelo to pay him step aside money. And
I know
he's
you're
gonna
going.
take it. Now, Tunde Ajayi was like, no the fuck we did not. You know what I'm saying? Tunde Ajayi was like, we ain't taking no fucking step aside money for this shit. We fighting Kovalev next. Right? And then everything's history, you know, the low ball offer, et cetera, et cetera. So after that, the low ball offer, right, they tried to reformat their offer and it was still whack, according to Kathy Duva, right? Then Kovalev and Yarde went ahead with the fight. And at that time, Bob Arum came out again. And he said, you know what? Yeah, we went ahead and had the fight. Signed, sealed, and delivered. What we're going to do is we're probably going to look at Canelo later this year. On November, December. Probably a winter clash. But for now, we're going ahead with Anthony Yarde. You know what I'm saying? And we done. August, 24th, I believe? Anthony Yarde, Sergey Kovalev, dog. You know what I'm saying? But here comes Canelo. You know what I'm saying? This nigga, listen, bro. If he showed up at Anthony Yarde's house, this nigga kicked the door in and said, shut up, nigga. Where your bitch at? There she is. How you like to come with a redhead Mexican that look Irish? How would you like that? You know what I'm saying? Bro, this is the ultimate disrespect. And the reason why it's so disrespectful and the reason why Canelo can do it is because he's fucking Canelo. I've been trying to tell niggas he's the king, man. You know,
that's true.
What's good, Weed Degree? He's the fucking king, man.
That's true, man. That's true, dog.
So this nigga can actually do shit like this. Yo, even Deontay Wilder can't do that. He can't do that.
Nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
The most Deontay Wilder can tell somebody is step off. That's about all.
That's it.
That's about all he can do.
Bro, this motherfucker Canelo is smacking bitches and kicking doors down and smacking little kids and thumping them on the head. You know what I'm saying? Shut the fuck up. Why? Because I'm Canelo. Oh, okay. Pretty much like
but the disrespectful part is, I think Yarde and Kovalev supposed to be fighting in August, right?
Yeah.
They're pretty much saying, man, listen, you got this. We ain't even worried about Yarde. You got it. We setting the fight up for you in October. What? What did you say? Not enough time? All right, motherfucker, now September. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, October. All right, cool.
Yeah. like they did Triple G that first time, man. You know, Billy Ho was like, I'm the WBO champion. You know what I'm saying? They gonna fight and shit for undisputed. Motherfucker signed his contract and shit. Golovkin had the motherfucking contract right here. Had the pen right here. Nigga had it just like this. And here come Oscar. Hey. Oscar said, hey, get that shit up out your motherfucking hand. Understand that if you sign that contract, you ain't getting no Canelo fight at the end of the year, motherfucker. Mm-hmm. And he said, Oscar, please, just listen. This is for undisputed. I don't give a fuck what it is for, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what it's for, nigga. You sign that motherfucking paper, you ain't getting no Canelo money at the end of this year. Guess what happened? This motherfucker he forgave, nigga, if that's even a word, you know what I'm saying? The opportunity to solidify his legacy because Canelo said so.
He got clowned for because all he talked about, I want my belts. I want my belts. I want my belts. Bro. That's why I didn't fight Andre Ward at 168 because I want to become undisputed. I want my belts.
Exactly. Corey said Triple G got punked by a dude in heels and fishnets. Exactly. All the way punked, bro. And Canelo's punking niggas without even talking. He's over there fucking some fine bitch in Mexico right now. You know what I'm saying? He don't even know what's happening. He fucking right now. Why? Because it's the off season for him. It's in between fights. You know what I'm saying? His bitch bad as hell too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what Canelo's doing right now as we speak. You know, I know it's what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, he's over here punking Anthony Yarde. I'm sorry, bro. I've never seen nothing like this, bro.
I tell you, man. Listen, dog. You know, if it wasn't funny, like, you have to sit back and look at Canelo and be like, damn, if I go into boxing, that's the motherfucker I want to be right there.
I'm going to tell you something, man.
Dude, he's doing what Oscar was doing to motherfuckers.
Right, but check this out. I'm going to tell you something. Even Floyd Mayweather didn't get away with this.
No.
Let me give you the fucking example. We talked about it recently, right?
Sure did.
If Kovalev goes to Anthony Yarde and says, hey, bro, I tried to go with the fight, bro, but it's Canelo. It's Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Nigga shoulders all the way up, B. It's Canelo. and they give him step aside money and he takes it, bro. Understand, he would have done something Floyd didn't do. Floyd was basically talking to Zab Judah and was like, hey, we about to fight. Zab was like, hey, man, I got to fight Carlos Baldomir first. They signed the contract and everything, and he still went and fought Carlos Baldomir first.
That's
and
true.
Lost. But then Floyd already had to fight the nigga because that contract was already done. So
yeah, and I think Zab didn't lose the IBF belt for whatever reason.
Right.
It wasn't on the line that night.
On the line. Right, exactly. So he fought Zab after Baldomir. He actually had to wait. See, this is the same scenario, bro. Canelo should have to wait. Now, they're saying October. Understand, if they fight in October, bro, they not fighting in fucking August, Kovalev and Yarde. That's not enough fucking time.
No, it's not.
So, I'm just saying, if he pulls this shit off, bro, this is fucking hilarious, bro. This is the funniest shit I've ever seen, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let me go to the chat, man. My man Weed Degree said, now let me go to Chris M real quick. He said Golovkin got bent over by a cross-dresser. Exactly. All up in the ass. What did Chris Tucker say at the end of the first rush hour? He said, yeah, man, you know what I'm thinking about, making you an FBI agent. You got a job at the bureau. He said, really? I do? They said, yeah, man, it's not. He said, quit playing. It's not a joke, man. It's not a joke. He said, this is what y'all can do. Y'all can take that badge and shove it up your ass. All the way up your ass. I'm LAPD, right?
Right.
This is what the fuck Oscar said. This is what you can do. You can take that contract with Billy Joe and shove it up your ass. All the way up your ass. We got Canelo. That nigga said, all right. Yo, oh, this is bad, bro. Let's see. Weed Degree said money chasing, can't blame him. Nah, I can't blame Kovalev either. I'm just saying. I'm talking about just Canelo's ability to just the clout. I've been trying to tell people he got mad clout. Niggas is like,
he got mad
no,
clout,
he doesn't.
dog.
He has no clout. Stop it. He got mad clout, bro.
He got mad clout.
Corey Cunningham said, remember when Floyd tried to pay Marquez step aside money to negotiate with Pat? Right, I remember that. I remember that. Failed. Failed, right? Jordan Ciappini said, I'm late as fuck, but do you guys blame Eddie Hearn for the white ped using? He wants to say Miller should never fight again, and the ruling agency cleared him with White. Seems biased, and he knew. Listen, man, you can't put anything beyond Eddie Hearn, man. You know what I'm saying? Can't put shit beyond Eddie Hearn. The motherfucker probably gave him the shit he was taking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how. Look, man, that's how corrupt boxing is in general. I'm not just gonna leave it at Eddie Hearn. There's a lot of all these bigger entities are corrupt, man. You know what I'm saying? So you can't put it past him. Like I said, he probably gave him the shit he fucking took, man. But it is what it is, man. Let's move on to the next one.
Hold on, man. I want to read two comments in the chat right quick. Is that cool with you?
Yeah, good.
My man Chris M said, no, Bodie, I think the IBF was on the line, but Bowderman dropped it. I think they gave it back to Zab. Then Corey said Bowderman didn't pay the IBF sanctioning fees. That's why I said the IBF went on the line. If you don't pay the sanctioning fees, they don't put their belt on the line.
Right.
Same thing with the WBC. Remember when Cotto didn't pay the sanctioning fees? So the WBC was like, well, if Canelo don't win, this belt is vacant. Because, you didn't pay the sanctioning fees. So, yeah. But no, a great point by both you guys, though, man. Appreciate that, man.
We Degree said, wait for tomorrow's statement regarding Eddie Hearn, Dillian Whyte. Oh, yeah, we on it. I'll be up on 3kingsboxing.com, man. All right, man, we're going to go to the next one, man. And I'm going to keep this shit short because we got some breakdowns we got to do. I know I put some other shit on here, but we got some breakdowns we got to do, man. So, let's see. What do I want, man? What do I want to talk about, bro? Let's talk about J-Rock and Errol Spence.
Oh, yes, sir.
So, shout out to my man, Black Fight Fan TV. He had Stephen Breadman Edwards, trainer of J-Rock, on his show. And they're basically trying to organize a fight for Juneteenth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, Breadman said, well, I got a good one for you. How about we do J-Rock versus Errol Spence? You know what I'm saying? Unified versus unified. That is, of course, if Errol Spence defeats Shawn Porter. You got unified versus unified. Right? That would be next year.
Right.
Now, in response, in a follow-up video from Black Fight Fan, he said he texted Errol Spence's information. Errol Spence said, hell yeah, I'm cool with that fight. Do you think this will be a good fight as an entry? Let me say this. Nah, fuck that question. Do you think this fight even takes place given how close we are to an Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford fight?
Yeah. So I can see this.
So you think this might take precedence over Terrence Crawford?
I could see them making that move because the reality is I could see them looking at it to make the move, right? Because here's the thing. If the thing is to build up Errol Spence's resume, have him go up to 154, win all three of them goddamn titles. Now he's a 2-division goddamn champion. Right? And he's a 2-division unified champion. Okay? So you're building his resume, right? Just like I believe if after he beats Porter and he looks up and hollers at Oscar about Canelo and they show some interest, I believe he'll take that. I definitely believe he'll take that. Right? If they say, hey, well, I tell you what, man, Mita said 160 then. He said, bet. I believe he'll take that. So I think that if it's about building his resume, because remember, Earl fought in the amateurs at 152 pounds.
Right.
So I could see them saying, okay, we're going to go up real quick, fight Julian J-Rock, okay, make it a pay-per-view, keep building this boy's resume, okay, become a unified champion at 154 motherfucking pounds. Then we go back to this negotiating table. It's all us. It's all motherfucking us. Think about it. That's what Mikey Garcia did when he fucking when he went from 135 to to 140 and then came back down to 135 to fight Robert Easter.
Right.
And he built his resume up to the point where, okay, yeah, I'm finna go fight Errol Spence and everything. And all Earl them could do is be like, all right, shit, I guess we gotta fight him.
They would have took that fight even if he didn't beat Sergey Limpinets.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true too.
Yeah, they would have took that fight.
What I'm saying is, by Garcia building his profile, it was hard to deny how good of a fight that could possibly be, because why? He built up his profile. So I could definitely see them building the profile up and then looking back down after they beat them, looking back down and being like, all right, bet, Terrence, let's do something. But understand, you have like, we gonna send you the contract and that's it. All you got to do is sign it. Ain't shit you can come back with, ain't shit you can say, because you're at a loss. Because if you don't accept this, we've already proven there are fights we can make at 154. There's fights we can even look to make at 160. You're stuck.
Right.
You're stuck. So either you accept this or we out. So yeah, I can see him doing it just to build his profile, man.
Yeah, that's a good point. Kind of like Canelo not building his profile, but Canelo just jumped weight because he can. Nigga say, I'm going to go to 168, grab this title real quick, then go back to 160. You know what I'm saying? So I can actually see that happening, but if I'm Errol, I take that shit, dog. I take that fight after Shawn Porter as quick as possible, actually. You know what I'm saying? Because Jarrett Hurd and J-Rock are supposed to rematch in November, but that shit it's on the rocks right now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So if that rematch doesn't happen, then that leaves J-Rock without an opponent. I try to fill that slot immediately, probably, and move it up a couple months, maybe February of 2020 if they can't get the Juneteenth date. You know what I'm saying? But I think if you wait too long into Juneteenth, then you run the risk of J-Rock losing the fight. I think that is a very good opportunity for Errol Spence to become a 2-division unified champion. You know what I'm saying? Very good opportunity. You know, I like J-Rock, but he's still somewhat vulnerable at the weight. You know what I'm saying? I could see Jarrett Hurd winning a fucking rematch. I could see Tony Harrison possibly beating him in a rematch. He was I can actually see Jermell Charlo defeating J-Rock. You see what I'm saying? These are all good fights that are close matchups. You know, J-Rock, basically what I'm saying is J-Rock's the king of the division right now, but he's not light years better than anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe, I agree with that.
Maybe Jaime Munguia, but other than that, you know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I think this is a very good opportunity for Errol Spence to become a 2-weight unified champion. I think you should take this shit as quickly as possible. You see what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens with that, man. What they talking about in the chat, man? These motherfuckers talking about something, man, and they leaving me out.
Some good boxing heads. They going at it with each other. There's some good boxing heads, man.
Let's see what they talking about, man. We Degree says Spence is massive at 147. Works for him before he starts struggling with the limit. Yeah. I mean, he'll eventually move up to 154, but, I mean, not anytime soon unless he's going to take this fight. Jordan Cipini said, you blame Hearn for allowing that disclose it pre-fight and renegotiate fight. That was a snake move. Yeah, I know. I know. But, I mean, at the end of the day, they're going to get away with what they can get away with. Again, this is a corrupt sport. It's boxing. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get away with whatever they can get away with. So, at the end of the day, I can't really fault him for that. He's a snake. He knows he's a snake. They're all snakes. You know what I'm saying? Dump Truck Trappin said, and Errol and J-Rock have history in the amateurs. They sure do.
They do.
Let's see. We Degree responded to Jordan. He said it was.
But you know what this also does, man?
Hold on real quick. We Degree responded to Jordan. He said it was put before UCAD panel. Wait for the statement tomorrow. So that's what they're going back and forth about.
Okay.
Yeah, the Dillian Whyte, Eddie Hearn situation. What were we going to say?
I was going to say, see, what it does is, if this move by J-Rock, you can't even be mad at Earl if he entertains J-Rock and if he entertains Canelo. And what it does is pushing the narrative of Terrence Crawford further and further back. Listen, Top Rank is not doing what they should be doing with Crawford to, like, you got J-Rock calling on Earl, just like you had Demetrius Andrade calling on Earl. You had Canelo. So you got all these people calling Earl.
in fights that if he take, you can't really be mad. And then it pushes. It's like it's pushing Crawford further and further away from being relevant.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
See what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
that's why J-Rock called him out. He's a unified champion. Demetrius Andrade, he's a dude. He's a 160-pound champion. Canelo, dude, we're talking all champion. We're talking all some of the best names in freaking boxing. Canelo, I mean, please. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, undefeated cat who everybody wants to see fight somebody, and he's making a comeback in his career. And now Julian J-Rock that made the comeback. So all of these dudes calling Earl, it's pushing Terrence Crawford further and further away from relevancy, and there's no urgency from Top Rank to, like, somebody at Top Rank should be out in front. We need Errol Spence by the end of this goddamn year. All y'all stop calling him. We fucking need him. They're not doing that.
Yeah, I agree 100%. All right, man, let's go into the fight breakdowns for this weekend, man.
All right.
Hey, man, start off with Gervonta Davis versus Antonio Banderas. My bad, Ricardo Nunez. That's basically what the fucking matchup is.
Okay, but see, hold on, man. I think you're being too harsh here, man. Listen,
whatever, man.
Listen, man. I saw the tape, and play it to the bone. Banderas had a beautiful motherfucking jab going on. Man can take a punch. He had a good left hook. Okay. As a matter of fact, the one thing about Banderas I liked and play it to the bone was his goddamn footwork. All right. So I think you're being a little bit too harsh here, man. He got the height. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, was it Woody Harrelson in that movie with him? Yeah. I remember that shit. Wasn't they fighting over a bitch? Wasn't there a bitch in between them? I know they were professional boxers.
They had once dated the same chick, but they were friends.
That's right. I knew it was something like that. All right.
What's her name? Lucy Liu or something was in that movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She was fine back in the day, bro. That little Chinese thing, bro. Shit, nigga. That motherfucker was fine.
Hey, man, wasn't nobody as fine as old girl in Golden Child.
Oh, man. And she had body to go with it, nigga.
Ooh, she did.
I looked her up. I just watched Golden Child recently, man. I had to go look her ass up, bro. I forgot. I can't remember her name or nothing, but I looked her up, man, just to see where she was at. I mean, she was up out of Hollywood pretty quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You fucking right. That was a bad motherfucker, man.
That scene when that water hit her on that wall, woo!
Yeah, and she had her goddamn shirt was wet, titties was just sitting right there.
Nigga too, boy.
That motherfucker was fine. I was a little nigga, bro. I'm like,
I was a little nigga too.
This is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Nigga, my mama took me to see it. I cut school to go watch it by myself because I couldn't react the way I wanted to.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Look here. See, this is how eventful the Tank fight is. We over here talking about the bitch from Golden Child. That's how eventful Tank's next fight is, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, bro. You know what? We gonna go into the rest of the fuckery. So Leonard Ellaby went on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And Dan Rayfield was basically talking about, the fights this weekend, et cetera, et cetera. And he mentioned, yeah, man, I got to go to Dallas this weekend. You know what I'm saying? I got to cover that Maurice Hooker, Jose Ramirez fight. Word to the mother. That's exactly what he said verbatim. I heard it. Dan Rayfield, right? So Leonard Ellaby said in his softest voice that he has, so you just gonna go all the way to Dallas after we got a fight in your hometown, like right around the corner from your house. Why you not gonna cover our fight? Yeah, you heard him. Where'd I get that from, Bo? You heard him. Dog. Where'd I get? What fight was that, bro? What fight was that? Remember when I think it was Victor Ortiz.
Yeah.
And Larry Merchant was like, Larry Merchant said something, and Floyd Mayweather was like, man, you always biased. Da, 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 da. And,
you don't know shit about boxing. You
don't know shit about boxing. And Larry Merchant was like, huh? He was like, he said, huh? Here comes Leonard Ellaby, soft ass. You heard him. That's how he was talking to. When I was reading his tweet, bro, that's all I heard. You just gonna go all the way to Dallas and not come to be more and cover the fight right around the corner from your house. Now, everybody vilified the fuck out of Leonard Ellaby on that tweet. They was like, bro, the nigga is literally fighting Cheech from Cheech and Chong, man. Why the fuck would anybody cover that fight? You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants to go to that fight unless you're from Baltimore and you're there to support Malik Hawkins, who's the young fighter we interviewed, who's with he's good friends with Tank Davis. And if you want to support Tank Davis and a lot of other Baltimore fighters that are going to be on the card. That's why you go to that fight. Not as media to cover it. I mean, we would have went, but we ain't going to be in Baltimore.
Nigga.
You know.
Listen, Prodigy would have been in the stands.
Yes, exactly, bro.
Motherfucking toenail.
I'm not going to be in Baltimore that weekend. I just found out my toenails was a little bit too high, bro. I got to get them hoes clipped. You know what I'm saying? You got to clip them toenails, bro. Shit. But look, man, and I was happy to see that a lot of people on the tweet were like, hey, man, no disrespect, but Tank is fighting a guy that everybody knows he's going to destroy. All right? If you want people to look at that fight as something, you know, that is an excellent event that's going to be not in comparison, what am I doing? Competing against Hooker and Ramirez, which is a fucking 140-pound unification, then you got to put him in there with a liver body, you know what I'm saying, than fucking Cheech and Chong, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I was happy to see them say that on the tweet. Now, of course, Leonard Ellaby, you know, these niggas think they're larger than life. Majority of the time, they don't respond to anything that they say. But at the end of the day, I was happy that they did that shit because it told them that the people are saying, we want to see Tank in a fight with somebody who's better than a fucking Ricardo Mayorga. Ricardo Nunez, by the way, or whatever his name is. We want to see a better fucking fight than that. You see what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, hopefully, these motherfuckers will actually look at that and say, all right, Tank's next fight, we got to put him in there with a live body. You know what I'm saying? So, I got Tank by, like, extreme knockout, 100% knockout. You know what I'm saying? Probably, like, third round, if that. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, they're going to try to get Abner Mares back in the ring. That's what they're going to do, bro. Guarantee it. They're trying to do it this time.
Yeah, they sure did. They tried to do it this time. Look, man, at the end of the day, this is bullshit to me. There's no way. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm not going to support the fight, but I'm not finna get this fight. Like, I've made a resolution, man. I'm no longer going to give ignorance a platform, you know? Exactly. I'm not finna do it, man.
Exactly. All right, man. Go down the to the you know what? Hold on, man. Let me look at something real quick, man. Let me go to 3kingsboxing.com, man. What we got on here, man? I need to look at my own goddamn website cuz there's some good fights coming up on the Hooker card. You got Tevin Farmer. It's actually up here. Tevin Farmer and Guillermin Fenois. Yuri York is Gamboa, Roman Martinez. What do you think about that, fellow Cuban?
You know what? I actually like that fight. That's a good fight for Yuri Gamboa, man. Yeah. Roman Martinez is still good enough to cause problems, and he's still good enough to have a name. So I actually like that fight. I think that's a good fight for a measuring stick, actually, as far as what's the next move going to be for Yuri Gamboa. Because if he struggles against Martinez, then he's not going to be around much longer.
Right. I agree 100%. Actually, they're talking about if Gamboa defeats Roman Martinez, he might get a fight with Tank Davis next. That's what they're talking about.
And I can see that happening.
I don't want that fight, man. Listen, man. I can see it happening because Gamboa is a fucking name. Yep. I told you, they're getting all the names that are washed out right now. You see what I'm saying? That's what they're doing. Sir. You know, and so this is a perfect name for the scheme that they're running. Mayweather Promotions and Tank Davis. It's a perfect name for it, bro. I hate that fucking fight. Yuri Gamboa is like 5 years removed, maybe 6 years removed from the Gamboa that would have been a competitive against a Tank Davis. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to see that fucking fight, man. Not at all. Not 100%. Absolutely no. You know what I'm saying?
And I agree with you, but I agree with you. And as crazy as that sounds, I definitely agree with you because it's not the Gamboa that fought Crawford.
No.
And that Gamboa was far removed from what we are, but he was good enough to give Crawford some trouble. So,
my man GM Strong put $2 on. Appreciate you, man. He said, just coming in the chat. What's up, crew? Hey, man, we was going crazy on this one today, man. This one was super stupid. Yo.
Sure was.
Yeah, he's still fighting Chris M. You know who else is still fighting Chris M? Oliver McCall. Remember him? Oliver McCall is still fighting. I think he fought earlier this year.
I can't believe that.
52 years old. He fought earlier this year. So is Yuri, Roman Yuri Boy Campas. He fighting. He just fought a couple weeks ago. He's still fighting. Yeah, man, we got the skinny on all that. All right, man. Who do you got winning that fight? You ain't got to break it down. Roman Martinez is a former two-time, might have been a 3-time WBO 130-pound champion, I believe. Biggest fight of his career was Mikey Garcia, Orlando Salido, etc. Blah blah blah. He's one of them B- C+ level fighters that won a title multiple times. You know what I'm saying? Now Roman Martinez, he got his ass knocked the fuck out by Vasyl Lomachenko.
Sure
you know
did.
What I'm saying? And that pretty much was like, all right, he's done. Too tough in the building. At that point, it was like he's done. But what do you think against Yuriorkis Gamboa? Remember, he lost to Robinson Castellano. You know what I'm saying? We thought he should have been done there. Came back, fought Jason Sosa, got a gift. Many people believe he lost that fight. You got two done motherfuckers in a true crossroads bout, man. You got to break it down. But who do you think wins?
You know, it's crazy when you look at this. It's just a matter of who you think is done the worst.
Right.
And honestly speaking, I think that both of these guys as done as they both done. I just think that. See, I want to say Gamboa, but I just don't know how much Gamboa got left in the tank. Gamboa. The thing about Gamboa was he was a smaller version, in my opinion, of a Roy Jones Jr., which what I mean by that is he relied on all of his natural athleticism and everything he had instead of actually working on the basics of boxing. Yep. So as he got older and reflexes and all that went away, we saw him, not even know how to throw a jab. He's trying to throw a hook and gets, knocked the fuck out, right?
Absolutely.
But then you look at Rocky Martinez, and this motherfucker ain't no goddamn better. Like, he still does the same thing he does, going back with his head up, okay? He's starting to look more Fred Flintstone than anything. At least Dillian Whyte stays on his feet with his wobbly feet. Roman Martinez be falling down, So I think, honestly speaking, man, this is a hard one to pick because I don't fucking know what's going to happen with either one of these dudes. So, you know what? I'm going to stick with home team, and I'm going to go with Gamboa. I think just from an all-around level, Gamboa might be able to pull one out against a guy that's already done. But I wouldn't be shocked if Roman Martinez pulled this out, man.
Man, Roman, listen, man. Here's the deal. We're talking about two well over the hill fighters. All right? Two fighters who've gone through wars, taken some L's. Mm-hmm. They're both over the hill. They're both damn near done. All right? But when I look at these two, and I look at the levels they were at when they were in their primes, Yuriorkis Gamboa was a solid B to B+ level fighter. He was a boogeyman in the sport, right? Roman Martinez, even though he's, I believe, a fucking 2-time 130-pound WBO champion.
Nigga was a stepping stone.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
C+. Now, remember the Fight Night video games and shit. When you still fighting with an old-ass nigga, you can still be training and shit, but your abilities will degrade no matter what. You training the fuck out your 50-year-old fighter, nigga. And I remember distinctly it was Fight Night Round 2 with Bernard Hopkins on the cover. Your fighter's all built and shit, you know what I'm saying? Then when that nigga gets past 40, he starts getting flabby and shit. And you in there training. Nope, nigga, still flabby and shit. Skills degrading, constantly degrading and shit.
Yeah, you go from getting You go from getting the perfect combo fucking score to mid-range.
Exactly. Beating niggas by split decision, even though, you know, you get hit one time, you get knocked down. That's where Roman Martinez is at, bro. Yuri Ortiz Gamboa is not there yet, in my opinion. I think he has much more in the tank, given he had more of a ceiling that he's falling from. A higher ceiling that he's falling from. You know, Roman Martinez, again, even though he's a 2-time WBO champion, he's falling from a much lower ceiling. So it's easier for him to hit. It's going to be quicker for him to hit the ground than Yuri Gamboa. So when I look at that, not even breaking down fights, bro, that motherfucker is going to beat the shit out of Roman Martinez. I think it's a stoppage. I think it's going to be a stoppage. I think Gamboa has like 3 or 4 straight wins in a row. Whereas Roman Martinez has 1 win after losing to Vasily Lomachenko. So I think he's gonna beat the shit out of him. I think it's gonna be a knockout win for Yuri Ortiz Gamboa, and he gets Tank Davis next.
You know, too, Roman Martinez has lost every fight when he stepped up against higher class fighters.
Yeah, and we had the draw with Orlando Salido.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he beat Orlando Salido once. They fought twice. He beat him once, and then he drew with him, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? But I remember he got his ass whooped by Mikey Garcia. You know what I'm saying? He's
he got obliterated by Vasily Lomachenko. He just obliterated.
Yeah, the Vasily Lomachenko fight was a bad one, man. I mean, Mikey Garcia, fucking Ricky Burns. I remember that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he's a C+, B- level fighter at his peak. You know? All right, man. What you think about Tevin Farmer, Gilliman Furnois, man? What you think about that shit, man? Now, let me say this before you start. Gilliman Furnois was a guy that, in my opinion, I like Joe No Carroll, man. He supports the fuck out of Three Kings boxing. But I got to keep it real. I thought he beat Joe No. You know what I'm saying? I thought he beat Joe No Carroll. I thought he beat him, you know, it was 8-4 or something like that, in my opinion. 7-5. One of those 7-5 fights where it couldn't have gone to the other guy. Kind of like Billy Joe Sanders versus Chris Eubank Jr. That was a 7-5 fight. That was all Billy Joe. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't have went to Eubank. Right? That's how I felt about Furnois. Now, Joe No Carroll got the fight because of the beef he had with Tevin Farmer. It was easy to market and all that, even though the marketability didn't do that well. But they wanted it to do well. That's why I gave him the fight. I felt Furnois should have been the guy to get it. You know what I'm saying? Because those two fought in that IBF Eliminator in December. Furnois should have been the guy to get the fight. Now he's getting it. What do you think about it, man? Furnois is a decent boxer. Tevin Farmer is a boxer who's trying to turn himself into a boxer puncher, even though he's not that. What do you think about this fight, man?
I think that this is going to be an interesting fight from this aspect right here. Tevin Farmer's fight's already interesting because at some point, you know, he's going to have that low moment where it appears that he's letting the other fighter into the fight. Hence the reason why he lost the fight that I felt he won when he fought that one dude who tested positive for the synthetic steroid, whatever that shit was, right? And the reason being was Farmer stopped doing what he was doing and made it appear that the other guy was winning the fight, right? And he can have this same thing with Furnois. Now, I'm okay with him fighting Furnois because I remember he said, "Hey man, even if you don't win, motherfucker, I'll fight you." Right? That's what he said, right? Okay. And I think Furnois gave a really good account of himself where you have to look at this fight and you have to say, man, there are some things that he can do. He's gonna I don't think he outboxes Farmer, but I definitely think Farmer is more of a defensive first fighter than an offensive type of fighter, right? So if Furnois can keep Tevin Farmer thinking about being defensive and not thinking about being offensive, he has a very good chance. What he's going to also have to do is he's going to have to get Farmer to get out of his wheelhouse of the three-point stance he likes to stay in when he's, right there in the phone booth type of fight. Furnois is not going to have to, he can't make this a phone booth type of fight. He can't make this a fight where he's allowing Tevin Farmer to step, move, counter, step, move, counter, jab, move forward, step, move. He's going to have to get him off that fucking block completely and maybe even make him move, maybe trying some bullying tactics. But above all, keep it at a boxing pace where you're always first and you're throwing the more punches, keeping Farmer on the defense. As long as Farmer's on the defense, he will not throw a punch. Farmer, on the other hand, all Farmer got to do is go out there, counter, come forward, step, counter, come forward, do some defense, but continue to stay fucking busy. Every time for noise do one thing, you do three things.
Right.
Every time for noise ain't doing nothing, you do something, okay? And on top of that, and sometimes I hate our chat because these niggas be saying shit, and I don't want to make it look like I'm stealing their fucking words, but I'm about to say it.
Right. That shit happens to me too. I'm getting ready to say it, and then I see in the chat that they said it. Yeah.
Yeah. Farmer's gonna have to do a lot of fading, because the one thing I did know about that Carroll fight from Fenoise, he falls for him. I don't know fucking why, but he fucking falls for him, right? So he's gonna have to do a lot of feints, because feints will cause Fenoise to pause before he goes on his attack. And when he does, you go to the head, you go to the body. So it's a winnable fight for Farmer. I just think that because of the way he fights, because he has those low moments where he lets you back in the fight, there'll be moments where it look like Fenoise will be winning, but Farmer should win this 7-5, 8-4 in my opinion.
Tevin should actually win this bitch 9-3. You know what I'm saying? He really should, bro. Yes. But he won't, because, as you mentioned, and as I've mentioned as far as so many times about Tevin Farmer, he sits in the pocket after a certain period of time. I said after typically around 7 in the round 8 range, he starts sitting in the pocket, man. And it's because Tevin Farmer's a guy that he wants to be a boxer puncher. He only has 6 knockouts to his credit. So he's trying to turn himself into a guy that can knock somebody out. But he doesn't fully sit down on his shots. And then a lot of guys just don't have the power, man. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? True. You could train strength, but you can't train power. You know what I'm saying? You could train how to utilize the power you have to its optimum ability. But at the end of the day, is that training correct? It's, again, sitting down on your punches. You know, using your hips fully when you throw a punch. You know, that's the training you use in order to use your power to its maximum ability, right? Even if it's at like a 2 from a scale of 1 to 10. You know what I'm saying? But that's what he's trying to become. I mean, look at the fight against James Tennyson. He got that knockout. That was actually his last knockout. But he was trying to knock James Tennyson out. And he got it because, you know, it hit him to the body. And it ended up putting James Tennyson out for good. But then he fought the same way against Jono Carroll and the guy that I think Rigo beat him, Francisco Fonseca.
Yeah.
Yeah. He fought those two guys the same way. The fucking Jono Carroll fight, it was actually getting on my nerves because Jono Carroll's a bit one-dimensional. And Tevin Farmer was allowing him to get off. And Jono Carroll's another guy, by the way, that has like one fucking digit knockouts to his credit, but he fights as if he's a knockout artist. You know what I'm saying? Nah, he's 100% full-on high-pressure fighting you like a knockout artist. Kind of like Josh Warrington, but Josh Warrington is smart with how he does it. You see what I'm saying? Jono Carroll is nowhere near as smart as a Josh Warrington with how they utilize pressure, even though they don't have a lot of power, right? Now, I don't like Tevin Farmer doing this shit, bro. He said, I got a wrench, I don't know what to do with it.
I'm laughing.
That's for the donations, man. I got to give. Hey, matter of fact, Heisenberg put $5 on it, man. I was supposed to say that shit a long time ago. Heisenberg, if you in here, bro, say something in the chat, man. But, word up, man. Like, I don't like how he does that. When he's going to do that, that's going to give him the opportunity, or give Fenoise an opportunity to outbox him. You see what I'm saying? And that's when he'll get caught up. He'll get tagged a little bit, lose a couple of rounds. But at the end of the day, Tevin Farmer has the faster hands. He has the faster feet. He has the better jab. He puts combinations together better than him, right? So, actually, I'm not sure if he's got the longer reach or if he's taller. I don't know any of that shit. I haven't looked at it. Matter of fact, fuck it. I'm going to look at it right now.
I don't think Tevin Farmer defense is so good that don't really even matter. He knows how to utilize work that against you.
Yeah, Tevin Farmer's 5'6", 67-inch reach. Guillermin Fenoise is 5'7.5", and he's one of them niggas. BoxRec don't put the reach up. You know what I'm saying? There he is, man. My man Heisenberg in the building, man. Appreciate the donation, brother. But you know, he's one of them cats that they don't list the reach. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They like, yeah, fuck him. You know how they do that to them dudes, man. But if he's taller, I'm gonna assume he has a longer reach. But at the same time, I just think Tevin Farmer's the much better boxer, man. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So it is what it is, man. I think Tevin Farmer's going to beat him, but he's gonna make the fight harder than it should be. So I got him, like you said, 7-5. Tevin Farmer. He also mentioned, and this was one of the topics, so I can just go into it a little bit. He said that he wants JoJo Diaz next. Now here's the deal with this, bro. Here's the deal with this.
Because didn't he tell JoJo Diaz go beat Gary Russell, then come talk to me?
Exactly. Also, after that, when we covered the fight in Las Vegas, Canelo versus Jacobs, he came out and said, "Oh, I'm gonna freeze this motherfucker out. I'm gonna freeze him out. I ain't giving him no shot. I'm gonna freeze him out." Why is he changing his mind now all of a sudden? JoJo Diaz ain't done nothing differently. He's still talking shit. Why is he changing his mind? Here's my answer before you give yours. It's because he can't go on fighting the James Tennysons, Jono Carrolls, and Guillermain Frenoises. He's got to fight somebody now, bruh. And JoJo Diaz is the next best thing when you can't get Miguel Berchelt, Jamel Herring, or Tank Davis, man. What do you think about that?
He needs a former world champion contender on his resume.
Yep.
He needs a high-profile name on his resume.
Yep.
Beating the Jonah Carrolls and the Fenois and the Tennysons ain't gonna do it. You have to get in there against a JoJo Diaz, against a high-octane guy, against someone that many people feel he's ripe to be a champion at some point. You have to fight a guy like that and get that name on your listen, boxing is all about the accolades. Y'all can tell me all you want about a motherfucker and how good he is and all the blase this and all the things he's done. And you know what people say when we hear shit like that? Well, did he ever win? Was he ever a champion? No. Right. That's why niggas look at Obakar with a sad face. Like they look at Obakar like they ate some sour shit like,
bruh,
Obakar.
That's
what they do.
I gotta remind niggas, Obakar was on Knockout Kings, man.
Yeah, that's right.
And by the way, so was Angel Man Freddy for El Dildo Cruz. You know what I'm saying? Obakar was that nigga, man. He just in a bad division at that time. The welterweight was stacked.
Thing with Chop Corley, he was that nigga, but you had to go through Floyd and them motherfuckers at that time, right? Exactly. So you gotta have these type of dudes on your resume because the accolades. Yes, you're an IBF champion, but who did you fight? That's what people are gonna say. Okay, you're an IBF champion, but who did you fight? Because Tank got former world champions, whether you like it or not. He got former world champions on his motherfucking resume. Yeah. Okay, Miguel Berchelt, former world champion on his motherfucking resume. Jamal Herring, former world champion on his resume. Yeah. Nigga, you picked up a vacant belt. Okay. So yeah, man, he's JoJo Diaz, and I think somebody probably talked to Tevin and said, "Look, Tevin, man, dog, you got to do more. It's not cutting it with this. You got to do more."
I'm sure on top of that, there was like, Tevin, come here, bro. Come here. You're not the man, bro. Tevin, I like you, bro. You a cool nigga, bro. You know what I'm saying? You the only cockeyed nigga I know that get as much pussy as me. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, you're not the nigga, bro. You got the IBF title, man. You can't be out here in these streets talking about you gonna freeze niggas out. You not giving motherfuckers a payday. You ain't allowing niggas to eat off you. Bro, you barely eating, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You not getting Canelo money. You ain't got Canelo clout, bruh. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got nothing like that, man. So just chill, enjoy your IBF, enjoy your little $1 million that you get per fight, if you get that. I don't think he gets that. You know what I'm saying? No, and at the end of the day, man, these other fighters in the division, they got more clout than you besides Jamel Herring because they've been champions longer, B. Now, I will say this. Tevin Farmer is the most active champion in boxing. This motherfucker fighting like he a prospect. You know what I'm saying? I 100% respect him for that. But his competition's terrible.
I do too.
Competition is bad, man. That don't make you the man. You got to fight real dudes. Like Josh Warrington, that's the motherfucking man over there. You know what I'm saying?
It is, dog.
Leo Santa Cruz is probably the most respected. Gary Russell Jr. is the longest reigning champion. Even though the nigga has like 3 title defenses, he's the longest reigning champion and probably the most skilled. Right? But Josh Warrington is the fucking man, dog. You see what I'm saying? He's fighting back to back to back hardcore challenges, man. You see what I'm saying? Tevin's just not doing that, bro. So I think eventually they're like, hey, man, we got to give you JoJo Diaz because we have to get paid off of your contract. You see what I'm saying? You're not the only nigga getting paid, bro. We got to get money too, bro. JoJo Diaz, it is. All right, man. Last one. This is a big one. I can't wait for this fucking fight, man. I will not be watching Tank Davis. I will be watching Jose Ramirez versus Maurice Hooker. Bob Arum and Jose Ramirez and Top Rank have so much confidence. They said, fuck it, we'll fight the nigga on his own. What do you think about this fight, man? And do you think, even though Mighty Mo got the home network behind him and the hometown, it's out here in Arlington, man, do you think he beats Jose Ramirez, man?
Let me stretch. Let me get my stretch out. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you guys may see me and Prodigy go at it. Y'all might see us go at it about this one right here. Listen. All personal feelings aside, this is a good fight, and here's the reason why I think this is a good fight. Maurice Hooker has come a long way from the Darlene Perez fight, which he should have took a really wicked L. He should have took a really wicked L, right? But he showed me something in the Saucedo fight. Now, I'm going to go deep about that Saucedo fight because what I saw in Saucedo fight versus what I saw Jose Ramirez do in the Jose Cepeda fight are two different things, right? Anybody can win a fucking war. I totally get that, right? And Alex Saucedo was a guy that was on the come up. But what I saw about it was he was willing to go in the trenches, to go to war, and come out of that. And come out of that, right? So I like what I saw in that. Here lately, he's been trying to employ a little bit more boxing, building his confidence. He seemed to try to do a little bit more with his movement. I like Maurice Hooker in this fight because from a momentum standpoint, I think he has it going from him. I mean, I think he has it going for him. He had it on the network of DAZN. It's in his home state. He's a top billing card. So I think he feels like I got the momentum. This is where he has to be careful. I believe Jose Ramirez is the better boxer.
Of course.
I truly believe that. I believe Jose Ramirez is the better boxer. But I think that if Maurice Hooker can get to Ramirez, get to him early, start and put some of that pressure on him, going to his body, throwing some feints at him, trying to deplete a little bit of that confidence because, and I'm saying this because it takes a lot of confidence to say, all right, man, fuck it, I'll come in your backyard. Shit, I ain't worried about nothing. Fuck it, I'll come to your network. Shit. You know, even though I got the more powerful network behind me, fuck it. I'll come to your shit. You know, because Mikey Garcia showed me I can have fans out there too. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the truth, right? So he's gonna have to do something to despair that fucking confidence of Jose Ramirez. The one thing that I would be afraid of is, for whatever reason, Hooker seems to think he's a defensive fighter. He tries to do counters. It does not always look the best shit I've ever seen in my goddamn life, right? It's almost like he still needs to work on it. Like Hooker sometimes does things and I ask myself, is he still working on that?
Yeah, right. Right. Absolutely.
Are they still practicing that shit, right? I don't think he should try to make it a boxing match. I think he should try to make it up in your face, in your chest type of fight. That doesn't always work against Ramirez because Zepeda tried the same thing and Ramirez had answers for it. So here's what Hooker has to be different. He has to step with Ramirez when he tries to step to get out of that. I don't know if he has the footwork to do that. I think Ramirez may have the better footwork, but he's going to have to try to do that to keep up with him. So I think that we're going to see a fight that it might come down to just, a battle of nutrition. And I think if I have to pick, I'm going to pick I'm going to go with Hooker, man. I just think right about now, and this is just me spitballing because honestly speaking, from my breakdown, it should be Ramirez because he has all the tools. I just got a feeling that Hooker, for some reason, is going to catch Ramirez slipping some point, and he's going to capitalize on it. But make no mistake about it. This is not a cakewalk. This is not an easy fight. Jose Ramirez, outside of being the better boxer, I think Jose Ramirez probably has a little bit better of a ring IQ. I saw that when he fought Jose Zepeda. I think he has a little bit better ring awareness. I also saw that when he fought Jose Zepeda. That's why I'm thinking that the Hooker, only thing is, he's going to have to approach this fight in such a way that it's going to have to make Ramirez uncomfortable. And although he did fight Alex Acedo in an all-out war, it shouldn't have been an all-out war. You should have been the more skillful fighter against a guy whose only ability to fight you was to slug with you.
Corey Cunningham, man, I'm about to block you. This motherfucker coming here taking my goddamn point, man. I already got to compete with Bo taking my fucking points. Then you come in here and take my damn point.
Oh
That's
my God.
Exactly the biggest reason why I don't trust Maurice Hooker 100%, man. Because he does have horrible... Terry Flanagan, bro. Did you see that fight? That shit was horrendous, bro.
That's why I said that's why I said it looked like, damn, was he just working on that?
You're right. You had two motherfuckers standing directly in front of each other, missing. This shit remind me of the episode of the Boondocks where they was walking down the street, them niggas bumped each other and said, "What up, nigga?" "Man, what the fuck, bitch, nigga?" And they both pulled guns on each other, start shooting. They right here, shooting, and they missed all their shots. That's what Hooker looked like, bro. Now, here's the deal. He came back, defeated Alex Saucedo, right? Mm-hmm. Now, the Alex Saucedo fight, that was one where it was a good win, but at the same time, he showed a lot of fucking flaws, man. Mm-hmm. He was slugging, just like Corey said, what I was going to say myself. He was standing at mid-range distance, slugging with a guy that he has an exorbitant advantage in reach in, bruh. Listen, this motherfucker has a crazy reach advantage at 140. Its reach is 80 inches, bruh. He's damn near 6 foot tall, if he might be 6 foot tall, and his reach is 80 inches, bro. Now, I looked at this before we did the podcast. He's going to have a 7.5 inch reach advantage on Jose Ramirez. Do you understand what needs to be done? Stay on the outside and pop the fucking jab. I want to see a boring ass fight, bro. All right, Weed Degree, appreciate you, dog. I want to see a boring ass fight, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to see the Dillian Whyte fight versus Oscar Rivas. That fight wasn't boring, but what he did is what I want to see Maurice Hooker do, but more boring. You know what I'm saying? I don't want Jose Ramirez nowhere near that motherfucker.
I agree with you.
Jose Ramirez ain't got no head movement. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got no damn slick ass footwork where he can move from side to side and dodge.
He's not an inside fighter.
Yeah, he's not an inside fighter either. Exactly. Right. So even when he gets inside, make him smother his punches. Step forward when he gets on the inside. Step forward and hold him. You didn't gotta hold him. Just step forward. He'll smother his own punches. You see what I'm saying? But Jose Ramirez is a good fighter. I'm not shitting on him. If you allow Jose Ramirez mid-range distance, what Hooker was doing for Saucedo and Terry Flanagan, oh, he's going to eat your ass to pieces. You know what I'm saying? You mentioned Zepeda. The reason why Zepeda had opportunities of success is because he was providing angles. Mm-hmm. He was doing an excellent job providing angles. Now, his angle, it wasn't like Lomachenko or Pacquiao, nothing like that. But he was providing good enough angles to keep Jose Ramirez turning. You see what I'm saying? And in conjunction with providing those angles, he was always throwing punches. You see?
Yeah, he was.
That's why that was a great fight. Maurice Hooker's not an angle provider, bro. He don't do that, man. His footwork is actually pretty bad for a guy that should be boxing from the outside. And that's why I say I agree 100% with Corey, because that nigga is a slugger and a boxer's frame, dog. See, he just said he's asking Hooker to jab. Yes, I am. He got a jab, bro. I got a jab, bro. The whole fight, like, Thurman needed the jab. Thurman has to start jabbing until, like, the 7th round. That's when he started winning rounds.
Yep.
That's when he started fucking winning rounds, when he started jabbing, right? When he started leading with his jab more. Hooker's got to do this, bro. There's no other game plan, Bo.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when you got a fighter like Jose Ramirez, who's not a boxer, right? He's a guy that needs mid-range distance, or he might need to get on the inside to get off. And you have a 7.5-inch reach advantage. You have a massive reach advantage. Doesn't matter what it is. And you're the taller fighter, you gotta box him. The game plan is keep him a one-dimensional fighter, just like Dillian Whyte did Oscar Rivas, bro. He kept him a one-dimensional fighter, bro. And that's what he's got to do in this fight. If he doesn't do it, he's done. And I'm going to pick Jose Ramirez because I don't think he can do it for 12 rounds. I might be wrong again. The breakdown ain't going to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? The breakdown ain't going to be fucking wrong.
Exactly.
But I think he allows Jose Ramirez that opportunity because he allowed Alex Saucedo that opportunity. Saucedo was sitting at the mid-range distance comfortably. He just got caught and got knocked out.
Both of them stand on the goddamn center line?
Yeah, both of them. Yeah, exactly. Both head on the center line, everything. Just standing there. Rock'em sock'em. A nigga with an 80-inch reach in a rock'em sock'em robot fight. Picture that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, most definitely, bro. He's definitely going to allow Jose Ramirez opportunities. I think Jose Ramirez might catch him. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to go Jose Ramirez, man. Now, here's the deal. Fights in Arlington. It's on the DAZN platform. There's going to be some fuckery, dog. I think there's going to be some fuckery. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be some fuckery, bro. Just like the Darlys Perez fight. I think Jose Ramirez wins the fight, but I think they give it to Maurice Hooker. That's my fucking prediction. That's my prediction. Jose Ramirez wins. The fight is given to Maurice Hooker. That's my prediction, bro. You agree
I wouldn't be
with that?
surprised if it's a draw and they do a second fight on ESPN.
I actually might take the draw, dog, on a bet. I might take the draw. That's a good point. I might take the draw. Let's go to the chat, man. Let's see what they saying before we get up out of here, man. I'm going to go back up. Weed Degree said, Galahad beat Josh Warrington. I have no problem with anybody saying that.
I have no problem with anybody saying that.
Galahad fought an excellent fight. I didn't score the fight, so I can't tell you who I thought I won. But yeah, most Corey said, nigga said his prediction was an official robbery. Pretty much, bro. But no, I didn't score that fight, so I don't have. But I watched it. I don't have any problem saying that Galahad won. It could have went either way. Chris M said Ramirez about to wash Mo. I don't think he washes him. I think he beats him though. I think he beats him, but I don't think he washes him, man. GM Strong said this is a good fight. Plus, this could set up a bout with the winner of the WBSS for Undisputed. That's exactly what it's trying to do. Yeah. That's exactly what they're trying to do. You've got two unified champions after the WBSS takes place. You see what I'm saying? And both unified champions are going to be holding two belts, obviously, right? Those two need to clash for Undisputed. I hope that's exactly what happens. You know what I'm saying? That's
the very reason why Bob and them lured Maurice Hooker out of the tournament.
Yeah.
So they can have, that's the very reason why they did that.
Exactly, man. Corey Cunningham said, has Hooker ever shown an L step or a step and pivot? Absolutely not. He should have did it against Darlys Perez. No. This motherfucker don't know what a pivot is. Nigga, hey, Corey, as much as we talk about them niggas be traveling in basketball, man, this nigga be traveling in boxing. That's how much he don't pivot.
Oh, my God.
That's how much he don't pivot. Nigga be traveling in boxing, bro. You know what I'm saying? What else we got, man? Jim Shawn said, what? That's elementary for a tall fighter with reach to do his jab. 7-inch reach. Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, easy work. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Literally, the game, he shouldn't even talk about the game plan. This is what should happen. Hey, man, we got Jose Ramirez next. Training camp starts tomorrow. Tomorrow comes. Hey, man, you know what to do. That's what it should have been. Hey, have you looked at his reach and his height? Yeah, I looked at it, coach. All right, you know what to do.
Right, yeah.
That's it. I'm going to look at nigga stupid, bro, if I'm his trainer. I'm like, what the fuck you looking at me for? Nigga, you know what to do? You know the dimensions, nigga. You know what to do? I get fired the next day, bro. I ain't giving no instructions. You know what to do, motherfucker?
Yeah, it's easy. Get over there, work on your jab, throw 1,000 jabs and a couple right hands.
Exactly. Hey, I think Kelly Pavlik did a better job than Mo Hooker did with that jab straight right combination on the outside. Mo Hooker really, he uses it, but he did. That was Kelly Pavlik's go-to. He was on the outside, jab, straight right hand, and the straight right hand was putting niggas in concussive states. You know what I'm saying? Look at my man, Jermaine Taylor. Nigga, I roll with Jermaine Taylor like a motherfucker. You want to know how much I roll with Jermaine Taylor, Bo?
How much, man?
I was like, man, he beat Bernard Hopkins. Everybody's like, nigga, that was a robbery. I was like, fuck all y'all niggas. He beat Bernard Hopkins. No, goddamn well he did not beat.
Man.
That was back when I didn't have the ability to not be a fucking fanboy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have that ability.
Let me ask you a question.
You know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question then.
Go ahead.
Was you okay with the decision against Winky Wright?
No.
Okay.
No, nigga, he beat Winky Wright.
What? I've never seen a champion more happy to hear a draw in my goddamn life.
Now, once I grew up, right, and stopped fucking fanboying on niggas, I realized that I'm reading something right now about Canelo Sergey Kovalev. That's why I paused. I realized that, man, in order to have a objective opinion, man, you can't be fanboying for these niggas. Plus, you a grown-ass man. Cut that shit out. That's beta male shit. You know what I'm saying? So I went back and said, damn, he actually lost both them hoes.
Well, the second one, in my opinion, could have went either way.
Yeah, it could have went either way, but I thought he lost.
Yeah, the second one could have went either way. I was okay with the decision of the second one. The first one, no.
Yeah, I thought he lost to Wink. You know what I'm saying? I thought he lost to Bernard as well. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But Kelly Pavlik had that motherfucker slump, boy. That straight right hand hit him. That nigga's... Bro, let me ask you something, man. And I was my man says I was fucking with him. We was joking on Jermaine Taylor one day, bro. And I was like, man, look, bro. I said some shit like, if a nigga fuck with my family, I had a nigga slump like Jermaine Taylor, and then I did the slump. You know what I'm saying? Right. Why is it that Jermaine Taylor always getting knocked out in a corner, slumped over, nigga? It was Kelly Pavlik and Carl Froch. Both fights, this nigga.
Abrams?
Nah, Abrams in the middle of the ring.
Okay, yeah.
That was in the middle of the ring.
You're right. Yeah. Froch, well, yeah.
Froch.
Because that's what he retreats to. He retreats to that. He retreats to the...
Exactly. Oh. Hey, hold up, Chris M. Hold on, Chris M. Let me tell you something about that boy right there. I was out here in these streets. Telling everybody. And Selma Moreno is the next Floyd Mayweather.
Nigga, what? Wait a minute. Hold up. Nigga, what the fuck did Selma Moreno do for you to say some shit like that? Who the fuck did he beat for you to say that shit?
I don't know.
Like, wow, damn, motherfucker. Oh, was this before you was Prodigy? Was you just prod? Bruh, or pro?
I was just 2K at the time, bro. I wasn't no Prodigy, none of that shit. I was just 2K.
You look like 1.5K.
Nigga, I was EJ. Nigga, I was EJ at the time, bro. That's it. You know what it was, man? I think it was when he beat my man. God damn, I can't think of his name right now, bro. I just had his fucking name. I can't fucking think of it. God damn it. What's the guy's name, Bo?
Yeah, who? That Moreno fought?
Yeah, Neymar Serrano.
Yeah, okay.
Neymar Serrano. When he beat him twice, that's when I was like, that's a bad motherfucker. Yeah, Victor Chinyan, Corey. That's the other one. Because Victor Chinyan was my nigga.
Beastin' cat. Yeah,
remember when Vic had that nigga came in the ring like this and shit?
Yeah. Vic was Beastin' cat.
Vic was my nigga, bruh. But Vic had already got knocked out by Nonito Donaire by then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I still liked Victor Chinyan. You know what I'm saying? But it was really Serrano, Neymar Serrano. When he beat him, I was like, that's a bad motherfucker right there. You know what I'm saying? And the way that he fought, he had that kind of that shoulder roll. But see, at the time, I wasn't looking at the whack-ass footwork or none of that shit. I was just looking at the shoulder roll, the counter-punching ability. I was like, that motherfucker's a bad motherfucker, man. Ain't nobody fucking with. And someone with, Then comes the man. Then comes the man, dog. Ah, man, oh, man, oh, man. Came in there. And I was picking at Anselmo too, bro. Big time. I had Anselmo winning that fight, bro. Like I was like, Abner Mares ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga Mayweather. Abner Mares beat the dog shit out of Moreno. Yeah. And then went and lost to Johnny Gonzalez right after that.
Got the dog shit knocked out of him against Johnny Gonzalez. Sure did.
Yeah. So you could tell how pissed off I was. I was like, bro, how do you beat the fuck out of Anselmo Moreno, then go get knocked out in the first round by Johnny Gonzalez? What the fuck? And I remember I was betting heavily at the time, bro. Johnny Gonzalez was a plus 600. A plus 600. Meaning you bet $100 on Johnny Gonzalez, you win $600, bro.
Oh my!
So you walk away with $700, nigga. That's how much of an underdog Johnny Gonzalez was. Knocked him out in the first round, bro. I couldn't fucking believe. I was at work when I heard about it. My man was like, "Hey, man, did you put your money on that Gonzalez guy?" I said, "No, why? I put on Abner Mares. Easy work." He said, "No." Nah, bro. Nah, nigga.
He said, no. You made the wrong bet, Greg.
Exactly. That was my bookie at the time. He was like, "Nah, bro, you're going to be coming up off that money, bro." I said, "What the fuck you mean? What the fuck you mean you ain't got my money yet?" You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
Man, we got to get the fuck up out of here, man. We already 2 hours and 15 minutes.
You know what's funny about that? I watched that fight, then I watched it the second time because that's when Canelo was fighting Floyd. And they showed Canelo in camp, and they showed when he knocked him out.
Yeah.
Canelo like, hey, yeah.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, man. Hey, one quick tidbit before we get up out of here. They over there reporting that Canelo, Sergey Kovalev's back in jeopardy. And this is why I didn't want to report on this shit in the first place. I was like, man, I don't know about this shit, man. You know, but Corey went ahead and did what he was supposed to do. He put the article out, so I printed it. You know what I'm saying? But I knew that Canelo couldn't just walk up in this motherfucker. I mean, he could. But Tunde Ajayi was serious about not taking that step aside, man. So, you know, I guess.
Yeah, because he knows this is his time. Listen, man, if he lets Canelo Alvarez get to Kovalev, he's done.
Yeah.
He's done. I mean, that's pretty, you know what's funny is that was the downfall of Golovkin. Golovkin allowed Canelo to get the Cotto before him.
I don't understand. I mean, I know. And that's another thing why I said about Canelo. Damn, I'm not trying to drag this out. But there's another thing I said about Golovkin. Excuse me. I told niggas a long time ago, Golovkin was all about money. It ain't got shit to do with legacy with Golovkin. No, he wants to become undisputed at 160. No, motherfucker, he wants money. And we seen it from the Cotto situation through the Billy Ho situation to the Canelo situation, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We seen it. It all became apparent. You know what I'm saying? He wants that money, bro. So, yeah, bro, I don't understand. Like, Alida Alvarez allowing Alexander Gvozdyk to take his fucking food, man. Why are you taking steps?
Yep.
Go beat the shit out this nigga. Get the belt and you get more money on the back end, man.
And the only thing that saved him was the fact he did at least beat Kovalev. That's the only thing that saved him.
Man, that's the only thing that saved him. But he gave the belt right back. So I'm about
he sure did.
To your rules, he's not a real champion. Exactly.
Not a real champion.
He didn't have that first defense. Exactly. All right, man. Let's get up out of here, man. We've been on this motherfucker for a long time. Y'all know what to do. Go to 3kingsboxing.com for the latest and greatest of boxing news and information, as well as interviews. Also, hit up Twitter at 3kingsboxing, Instagram at 3kingsboxing, Facebook.com/3kingsboxing. What the hell? Look like a big grizzly bear, nigga. Just. What the fuck? Also, man, every Monday and Thursday, this podcast, we was a little late tonight. We had some things we had to take care of. But we'll try to be on time on Monday, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, 6:30 Pacific. Also, don't forget, keep looking at this channel on the weekend. We might go live after Maurice Hooker, Jose Ramirez, because it's Maurice Hooker, Jose Ramirez, and then Tevin Farmer, Gilliman for Noise. Those are the only fights that are happening this weekend. So we might go live after those two fights that are only happening this weekend. Literally the only two fights. There's no other fight happening this weekend besides those two fights. Nah, real talk, man. Y'all know it was really good, man. Appreciate y'all for being here. Appreciate everybody that donated. Y'all already know what it is. We out this bitch.